Danganronpa. Danganronpa. Danganronpa.
Alright, here we go. I apologize for running a little bit late today. I was getting some last minute things set up, making sure I have water and all that, because who knows how much I'll have to read today. I don't mind it though, the water helps. But, and also, sorry for postponing this part so many times. Technical difficulties came up last time, and then, before that, I was just really tired from the week. And also, I wanted to make time to do it this weekend after a mini birthday celebration yesterday. I am finally 24. Let's go! And, I don't really have much else to say. I'm just really excited to get back into this. And I already see some people in the chat. Hello. And as always, it's nice to see you in the chat, V. And hello. Oh, I see a bunch of numbers and letters in your name. L3. Oh gosh, sometimes names are hard. Oh, it's Jubilee too. Hello. It's always nice to see you in my chat too. Thank you. I had celebrated yesterday with some family, and I talked with V for most of the day yesterday. So it was pretty fun. So that's why it streams today, just so that I had open stuff yesterday. Okay, I'll call you Leslie. Sounds good. Anyway, I won't keep anyone waiting any longer. I'm just gonna continue here. And if anyone needs me to adjust the audio, if it's like too loud or too quiet for like the game or my audio, just let me know. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, I'm pretty sure that this is just another like free time event segment. Oh, Taka? Hello. Right next to my cell, I saw Taka staring at me with his big puppy eyes, blinking at me and smiling, obviously trying to look as polite as possible. Can I help you? Oh, Shinky Poo! You're looking particularly groovy today, aren't you? Did you do something with your hair, perhaps? My goodness, that's the type of face that would do numbers on TV! Just one look and I could swoon. I really could! Also, this sprite is just so goofy. What do you want? What? Who said I wanted anything? I was just admiring the lovely scenery. Taka, you're so bad at lying. How long have you been standing outside my cell? Only about half an hour or so, but it's for a good reason. And that would be, well, I was wondering if perhaps someone as wonderful and swagalicious as you could perhaps spare one teeny tiny minute to do me a favor. So you do want something. Oh, come now, Shinku. It's something that'll help everyone. That's a Taka hero truth. Taka. What a way to get into this. I'm happy you want to stick around for the whole stream, Jubilee. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you enjoy the stream and my wacky commentary. When I was in Sugi's cell tending to our slippy little children, they brought up how the girls had a sleepover recently. And I was shocked! Shocked, I tell you! I've never even had one sleepover! And apparently Takiko and Sugi have been having them constantly since we got here? And now they're having a group one? That means there are at least 6 people here who have now had more sleepovers than I ever have! I must catch up! And it got me thinking, what if perhaps us boys had a sleepover? That way, everyone will have a sleepover and no one will be above anyone! That way it's fair, no? And Sugi loves fairness. With just us 4? Isn't that too small? I prefer to think of it as intimate. Okay, you know what? Fair enough, Taka. You want to try to convince someone like Ezekiel to have an intimate sleepover with the boys. Yeah, when you put it like that, Shinku, that makes sense. Yes, what's the problem? He loves men! This line is perfect. And the sprite to go along with it. Right. Even if we were able to get Ezekiel on board, how on earth would Fu be convinced? Well, you see, he won't! That's understandable. I doubt you want to have a sleepover with someone who nearly stabbed you. Oh, no. It's not a proper boys' sleepover unless all of us are there. And perhaps if I can show him the Taka hero charm, then he won't try any of that again. Who wouldn't be convinced by my natural charisma and winning smile? I'm willing to forgive and forget, so he should be willing to have one little sleepover. Yeah, fair. I don't really know if inviting a 35-year-old man to a boys' sleepover would really keep the atmosphere the same. But I wasn't going to burst his bubble. Okay, but how on earth would we get Fu to join? Well, think about it. Fu is currently trapped in his cell. So, theoretically, what if we just brought the party to him? If we have the sleepover in his cell, he can't exactly leave, can he? And that way, Allura won't complain we took him out of his cell unnecessarily. I really don't know how he'd feel about that. This seems like a terrible idea. Psh, you never know until you try, Shinku. Besides, all of us guys have been so divided since Mint died. It's kind of bumming me out, TBH. I don't know, I'm just worried all that conflict is going to bubble over into something no good. So maybe if we could all just get along, just for one night, we might be able to understand each other better, no? We don't all have to be best buds for life, but it would be nice to at least have one fun night, don't you think? I had started to think maybe things between me and Ezekiel had gotten a little too precarious, but I didn't really want to spend time with him. Still, looking at Taka's sad little face, fine, I'll consider it. Really? Oh, that's just spectacular, Shinky Poo! Would you need me to do anything to help it happen? Well, in truth, I haven't even brought it up to Zeke. If you could convince him to come, we could make it a proper sleepover. You want me to convince him? I'm sure you can do it. Even if you have to tell a little white lie or 5, it'll be a good cause in the end. Oh, no, that's just gonna piss him off. Taka, that's a bad idea. Alright, I'll think about it and give it my best shot. Oh, that's just superb. Just report back to me when you're done and we can get this show on the road. Love you to bits, Shinky Poo. Mwah! Taka with the Riz? No, this is just insanity on his part, guys. If I want that sleepover to happen, I should probably try to convince Ezekiel to join it, even if that seems impossible to do. Alright, so where's Fu's cell again? I never keep track of these things. Hold on. I'm gonna look. That's Taki's, okay. They're cool. Oh, fuck. No! Alora, okay. It's down here then, I think. Where's your cell, Fu? Alright, yeah, here he is. What the hell? That's just a doll? Oh, what the hell? Okay, you know what? Never mind. I am stupid, guys. Ugh, back in here again. I really don't know what you were expecting. It was probably not the wisest idea to cause trouble on your first day out. Cut me some slack. Remember the motive, kid? Right. Sorry. I guess my brain always defaults to thinking you're up to no good. Relax, kid. I don't mean any harm. None at all. Really now? Of course. That's a Fu guarantee. Okay. Yeah, I totally believe that. In fact, I think they should let me have a longer look at those blueprints. I could figure something out. What? Oh, God. I don't know what to ask without sounding like a dick. I don't know. Of course, why wouldn't I? I mean, yeah, but out of everyone, I assumed it wouldn't be you who'd be this eager. I'm not sure if you'll even be allowed to see your daughter when we get out of here. I think I'd prefer to never find out if I were you. It's not just about me. There are people in this game who don't deserve to be here, too young to know any better, too young to be in this mess. If they can get out, I'll be a happy camper. Huh. You're a lot more soft than I first thought, Fu. Nah, I'm kidding. All that's bullshit. I just want to get out to get back on the grind. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, this room really does look fancy. Also, I'm just noticing there's like a painting of like, like a person on his wall, like maybe a woman? I don't know. Hey, a man can dress like that too, I think. But yeah, this room is really nice. But you fell for it, didn't ya? I reckon if I ride the bastard with a heart of gold image, I'll get worthy in no time. What do you think? Not a bad idea, but I just have one problem with that. Why are you telling him your fucking plan? Oh, this is so stupid. Christ. Aw, come on. Don't look at me like that, kid. It's just business. I'm just playing this game smart. It's ideas like that which are gonna let me live through this game. Hey, come on. You look like you could use some advice. Come. Sit down, kid. I could teach you a thing or two. Let's chat. Sure. Alright, fine. I'm only doing this because there might be a way for us to convince him to go to the sleepover. Unless I'm just stupid. We'll find out. Alright, fine. Smart choice. You won't regret this, kid. That's it? That's it? What? Dude, I just talked to you! Bruh. That was it? That feels so anticlimactic. No. Okay, you know what? I'm going. Bye, food. Alright. Am I supposed to find Zeke now, or? Alright, Zeke's is up here, I think. Unless my memory's just garbage. Oh wait, no. That's not it. Alright, Zeke, where's your room? Oh no, his is up there. My memory is so bad. I have goldfish brain. Yeah, are you in here? No. But the way his room looks. Yeah, okay, I'm going, bye. I don't need him knowing I was in here. Hi, Ari. You're already modded, though. Every time you come in here and say that, it's just so silly. Is this the point where I find Zeke? I would think so. Alright. What? What? Alright, you know what? Let's just do that. Isn't that just a conversation? I don't even know where Zeke is. I'd been pretty worried about Taka since his judgment. I just skipped through most of that. I'm sorry. That was so stupid. Ari. Yes, hello, Lieutenant Caterpillar. And hello, Kokichi Fanta Lover. Welcome to the stream. I'd been pretty worried about Taka since his judgment. I couldn't say his verdict was undeserved, but even so, how he was being treated was a little shocking. It couldn't hurt to spend some time with him to at least see how he was doing. You look a little thinner. Have you been eating enough? Well, at first it was a little tricky, but Allura has been making sure I get enough calories each day. She could stand to get some better food, but at least it's something. I've kind of gotten used to the fact something is better than nothing. If she gave me dessert every day, I'm sure some people would have something to say about it. Think I don't deserve it or something. Well, I mean, what you did was pretty bad, wasn't it? Yeah. Taka? Yeah. I really messed up, huh? What a stinker I am. Taka, you can't seriously believe you didn't do anything wrong. If you act like that, what do you think the others here are going to feel about you? How on earth are you going to get their forgiveness with that attitude? Their forgiveness isn't important to me. Then whose is? I really don't mean to be rude, but if no one's forgiveness mattered to you, then you wouldn't be acting, well, as you have. The audiences! Taka, oh man. Huh? If they really think I'm corrupt, then I want to give them a show. I'm willing to do anything to get their approval again. I don't mind who I have to suck up to, or what I have to do, or how much I have to cry to get it. Dude, once you're corrupt, you can't really change that. If they like me, or at least find me funny, see me as the butt of a joke, they won't let me die. That kind of goes with like a lot of fan games. If someone's funny enough or just charming enough, you don't want them to die, and when they do, you're crushed. That's a little concerning. It's true though. All the people behind this care about its popularity, and by God, I can make those numbers go up if they'd like. Even if I have to do something extreme to make those numbers go up. That's just how showbiz is, isn't it? Even if that extreme thing will just make them hate you? All attention is good attention. Why do you think rage bait is so effective, Shinku? That's not the type of attention you want, but okay. People don't want to see things they like all the time. That sparks no conversation. That doesn't get you headlines. That doesn't get you a primetime slot. Wow. They want things to talk about, be angry at, argue about. And if I'm that, then isn't my life worth something? Oh, that fucking sucks for you. They can't get rid of me if they need me. If I'm why people keep coming to the stream. That's my look exactly right now. That's so fucking crazy. Back home, my producers were more careful about my image. We intended to shock, yes, but not outrage. No. We were focused on making the biggest headlines. Sometimes that meant we had to do preposterous things, put a few lies at risk, cross a few lines. Sure, it would drum up some negativity in the media, but that was exciting. It's how you drew in young people. I figured if I just kept doing what the producers wanted, kept upping the stakes, kept stirring up talk online, people would get interested. I'd get a younger crowd. Stop having to appeal to old farts. Yikes. That's one way to talk about your viewers. It still sort of sucked to see people saying bad things about me, but that's the price you pay to be a star. Well, it's a good thing you don't have to do that here, isn't it? Haha, you should get into comedy, Shinku. You really should. It's quite the opposite, really. What? This audience already hates me. I have no reputation to uphold. If I really wanted to monopolize on this, I'd fully crash out, as they say these days. You know what sells the best, Shinku? Conflict. Bingo! Drama! Conflict! Violence! Oh, this is interesting. I could become the biggest villain of the season! Who cares if they hate me, as long as they're tuning in to see what next thing I might do next? But you're not doing that, are you? Not even close. What? Of course I am! I couldn't see Taka as some big, intimidating villain, especially not after seeing him begging Dr. Valenius for food each day and relying on all of us. Taka. I'm too weak. I wish I could. I've definitely done worse for ratings in the past, but I'm tired, Shinku. I want the audience's attention no matter what. I'm terrified of dying, but I just want to feel loved. That's just sad. Don't we all? Fuck, no! This is pathetic. Still, I don't think that seeking it from the audience is the best thing to do. Who else would give me that love? They may be an audience of people who hate us for the core. Hate us to the core, yes. But amongst them, there must be one who finds me entertaining, who likes me. Which is more than I can say for here. There's another reason why you can't commit and fully let yourself go for the sake of popularity, isn't there? Taka seemed to take a pause, looking up at me with a vague hope. Do you think there's a chance they'll forgive me? Oh, is he talking about Asuga? Oh. How on earth was I meant to tell him the truth when he looked at me like that? Maybe I was giving a show just as much as he was. Or maybe I was just as bad as the audience, deriving entertainment from his current state. But I don't think he would have been mad if I told him I was. He'd just be happy I was there. Attention addict. Oh god. I was having quite a bit of trouble sleeping that night. The dares and truths would only get more and more extreme from here. I was apprehensive to wake up and see what tomorrow would hold. So I did what I usually did to try to make myself more tired. I decided to go for a walk. My mind was still dwelling on what had happened in the courtyard, that strange apparition, my house, those eyes. What was in that closet? Warping, melting, fusing into one. Were they really all the same to me? I'd always sought warmth and validation from others, but that was human, wasn't it? Everyone did that. I had no reason to feel guilty for wanting to be loved. The problem was deeper than that, wasn't it? In the end, I'd only latched onto Dracul so quickly because he admired me just like Ichi did. It was easy and it was nice. And meant. Still, even I had initially approached them with the wrong mindset. I owed it to them to see them as their own people, even if only after death. I wouldn't forget them. That's what I promised myself. Which is perhaps why I found myself walking to the courtyard again. Taking care of their graves was the least I could do for them. But I paused as I entered, realizing I wasn't alone. There was someone else, hunched by Mint's grave, putting pink blossoms down by it. The ground by it recently upturned, robbed of its greenery, and sprinkled with glimmering salt? Salt in the soil would stifle the growth of any new plants there. Must have been a dare. Ezekiel looked like he was holding something back. Oh, fuck. Oh, this isn't a good sight. I hesitated for a moment, lingering by the door. I was unsure what to do. I considered leaving, but before I could...
It should have been May.
Ah, no. Oh, fuck. This is bad, guys.
God damn it. As messy as it was, he had a family to get back to. A family he wanted to get back to. He had a life outside of here with meaning, purpose. He wasn't just chasing fame. He used to talk about me coming over to his family's farm after the game.
Oh, that's so sad.
Trying his mom's cooking. Sitting around the table and getting me to eat vegetables for once. Said if he couldn't convince me, then his mom would. That I'd better be on my best behavior so she considered me a nice young man or whatever. And you know what I was thinking the whole time, Shinku?
Oh! He knows that he's there. Oh, okay. Interesting. So he did notice it was me.
I was thinking that it could happen.
Oh, no. This is sad. Doomed Yowie.
But I also knew, even if I wasn't around, that he'd still be able to go home and have that dinner. Deal with his dad. Maybe he'd even be able to stand up and fix things for once.
Yikes.
That he could go on after this and live a better life. I figured, hey, even if I kicked the bucket, at least it wouldn't be someone like Mint. Someone who's got shit going on out there. I figured a whole lot of stupid shit for someone I'd only met a month prior. I guess it just felt like I'd known him longer. When he died, it really felt like we lost something, you know?
Yikes.
I hate that he died a victim. It just made everyone assume he was weak, helpless, that he had no will of his own, that this was inevitable, a sacrifice. I hated how it seemed like I was the only person who actually knew who we'd lost. Everyone else seemed to think he was something he was not. It felt unfair. It pissed me the hell off.
Yikes.
Even weeks after, I thought, the feeling would subside. But I just kept on seeing reminders he was gone. I saw that stupid bitter tea he made me by my bedside. His cell got locked off.
Oh.
The courtyard started getting all overgrown. I couldn't stand it.
Oh, this is sad.
So I tried to at least make things right, so I didn't have to think about it. I started cutting down the courtyard, pushing it back a bit, putting it back to how he left it. And when I was chopping down the overgrowth, I found his grave, his killers, and a whole bunch of flowers by it. Someone had been leaving them for weeks.
Oh. If this is going where I fear it's about to go, this is bad.
So, tell me.
Ezekiel stood up and finally turned to face me, his eyes sharp.
Who are you here to mourn?
Oh, fuck. Has his shit got clocked? I froze up, looking over at him, unsure what to say.
Go on. Don't be shy.
Now's not the time to fight like this, please. Please, no.
Zeke.
I was quickly cut off as Ezekiel took a step towards me, his voice overpowering mine.
Say it. It's one word. Should be easy to say.
Shinko, I just get the fuck out of there, run!
Listen,
If you don't see it as a problem, it should be easy to admit.
I feel like no matter what he says, you're not gonna be happy with his answer. That's why he needs to get out of here.
please, just...
No reason to hesitate. Is there?
He was getting closer and closer to me, but for some reason I felt paralyzed in fear. I couldn't move my legs no matter how much I screamed at them to run.
Who are you here to mourn?
Ezekiel, I know you're hurting right now, and...
As I said that, a small smile curled on Ezekiel's face for a moment, a weird calm falling over him. I eased up a little, taking a brief moment to breathe. But just as I was about to continue, I felt two hands grab my jacket and pull me up to face him up close, the grip tight and enraged. Yikes.
God, you're impressive, Sam.
This is what I was worried about.
Every single time I think you couldn't piss me off more, you somehow find a way. You're here every single day, disrespecting his goddamn memory and treating his killer like a saint, and you're not even man enough to admit it. Making a million excuses to why it's all right to do. Why he was a good person. Are you joking?
He never said that, but... God, this is a very delicate situation. This is why Shinku freezing up here was so bad. Oh no, oh no.
He was a murderer. He let Mint die a long, agonizing death because he was a coward.
I feel like no matter what he would have said to that, even I feel like no matter what his answer would have been, he was gonna get attacked like this. So I don't think it matters if he would have said anything or not, because Ezekiel is a loose cannon.
And you're still gonna stand here and act like you gave a shit about Mint? Don't make me laugh. You don't know the first thing about him. If you're idealizing his killer this much, I don't even want to know what you warped Mint into being in your mind.
I...
If you're so obsessed with that coward, I could kill you here and bury you next to him.
No? What the fuck? No!
Wait, please!
I closed my eyes, my whole body shaking. But before Ezekiel could say anything else, he dropped me on the ground, turning away from me.
Get the hell out of here.
I didn't say another word before I wobbled to my feet, leaving the courtyard. I wanted to believe that Ezekiel was just being emotional, violent, and irrational. But an awful, guilty feeling filled my stomach as I found myself on the floor of my cell later that night, holding Dracul's pin for some sort of confirmation that he was human, that I wasn't wrong for mourning him. That is just ridiculous. I talked about this in the last stream, and I'm gonna say it again. People that get shit for, like, feeling a certain way, for having certain feelings, it doesn't make sense to me. Why? People are complex. They have complex emotions and all that. It's not that easy. This is so disappointing. But I will say, what Zeke is feeling is also valid, but the way he's expressing it, it's just not a healthy way. I'm very worried. I hated being so aware that I was like this. I wish in part I was blind to my own issues. But now that I could see it clearly, I knew I couldn't keep living like this without changing something about how I thought. I miss Mint. I think it's not just you, random chatter person. And clutching my promise of not giving in to the game, the monitor in my cell snapped on like clockwork as midnight hit. Oh, here we go.
Hello, my lovely prisoners.
Hello, Mononeko.
It's midnight, which marks the end of our second day of Truth or Dare. Having fun? Enjoying yourself? Well, yesterday, Shinku, Takiko, Alora, Molly, and Fu didn't complete their dares. Therefore, they've all chosen to have their truths revealed instead.
Interesting.
Only 5? Seems like more and more people are doing their dares. Starting to have some stuff you don't want revealed coming out. Well, I suppose it's not surprising how many of you have some major skeletons in your closet, considering you're all criminals. But still, speaking of those skeletons, let's get to revealing those truths. Starting with prisoner 01, Shinku Kitsuki.
Here we go.
On an alternative account, Shinku writes harsh, often bordering on bullying, reviews for fanfiction of media he's interested in or of his own novels. Many of these fanfictions are written by children. God, what is he, 14? That's pretty pathetic if you ask me.
Yikes. That's really bad.
I don't know about those kids, but if I found out Shinku Kutsuki himself was seriously criticizing my ex-reader fanfiction, I'd probably kill myself.
That is a wild statement. This isn't funny. I almost laughed out of pure shock, though. That is crazy. Okay, now that's being a bit dramatic.
Now on to prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama, whose second truth is... Takiko has an eating disorder she has no intention of recovering from. The malnourishment helps her seem younger and aids her image. As a result of this, she holds harsh and judgmental views on anyone overweight.
Yikes. Oh my god, that's incredibly sad. Oh.
Wow, really makes you think how genuine her friendship was with prisoner 12 then, doesn't it?
Fuck, when you put it like that. Crazy.
Anyway, on to our favorite biochemist, prisoner 06, Alora Alenius. Her first truth was such a nothing burger. Let's hope this second one is more interesting. For the sake of her career and parents' reputation, Alora consistently endorses a piece of psychology research that resulted in the abuse and neglect of her twin sister, who she helped cover up the existence of.
What? Wait, hold on. I need to go back and reread that because I couldn't process that. Oh, God. Okay, that's really messed up. What? Dr. Alenius wouldn't do something like that. There's no way. Is the research in question the Wonder Child paper? But my mother was certain that was credible.
Now that's juicy. Her perfect reputation isn't looking so squeaky clean now, is it? But I'm interested to see how she'll try to dismiss and downplay it tomorrow at those little meetings she's made everyone go along to. If they'll even want to follow her lead after this has come out.
Yikes.
Now, Prisoner 12, Molly Yuzuki, what exactly was your truth today? You certainly tried to do your dare, but just couldn't go through with it at the end. That seems to be how it is for a lot of things with you, huh?
Oh my god, that's diabolical. She seemed pretty determined that this truth would make me hate her. I was morbidly curious what it was. I hoped it would be something I'd be able to defend.
Molly used to obsessively follow lol cows and read hate forums on them to make herself feel like she was a better person comparatively.
What? Am I the only one that doesn't know what that is? Oh god, oh boy. I can already assume that this is bad though. I don't know what this means, but I'm just gonna keep going. Well, it could be a lot worse.
Well, guess if you were on the hate forums anyway to harass Yui's competition, you might as well get the most of it, huh?
Oh my god.
I wonder what the forums are saying about you now. Your threads must be a gold mine. And last and honestly probably least, we've got Prisoner 9, Fu Wang. Gosh, all that fuss about letting him out of his cell so he can do his dares, and he didn't even do his? What a poser.
There has to be a reason why though. I don't know. Wait, but wasn't stealing the blueprints his dare? Unless he was lying. Which does seem like something Fu would do. Maybe letting him out of his cell was a bad idea.
Anyway, his second truth is... Fu has ruined a small rural community through endorsing and organizing a marketing campaign that made them entirely reliant on products that were unhealthy, processed, and lacked proper nutritional value.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Yeah, that's all business, right? Oh my god, that's really bad.
This resulted in the community developing several health issues that they were unable to treat properly due to their limited access to healthcare, as the nearest hospital wasn't for miles and was incredibly expensive.
Oh, that's even worse.
Holy shit! And that's just a random truth? Not just his crime? How can it get worse than that? It's only day 2! Well, we'll see if you still want to keep him out of his cell after learning about that. For now, I'll let you get back to bed. See you bright and early tomorrow, prisoners, for our 3rd day of Truth or Dare!
Oh my god. That? Oh, there was a lot of bad there. The monitor buzzed off and I was left in the dark of my room. At least in comparison to the others, my truth practically looked like nothing. But these truths were starting to get more and more alarming. It made me wonder what they'd dig up for my truth tomorrow. But only time would tell. All I could do now was fall asleep while I was still blessed with ignorance. Okay, yeah, let's save. Food destroyed a small community. We are so back. What? Excuse me? I woke up to our 3rd day of Truth or Dare surprisingly early. It was well before our usual morning meeting time when I found myself rolling in bed, unable to get back to sleep. Maybe I was just anxious to see what they dig up today, or just wanted to get today over with. But despite how early it was, the same envelope that had been there the previous 2 days was on the same spot off my desk once again. Well, guess I might as well rip the bandage off. I sighed and wandered over to it. This whole song and dance had become routine at this point. I was curious at what point it would become tedious to the audience. I slipped over the envelope and under the truth heading.
You used to include characters based off of people you didn't like in your class in your novels, often killing them off in brutal and twisted ways for catharsis.
Oh, that's not... That's... Yikes. That is interesting. Oh boy.
Hey, I changed the names at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that, but doesn't mean that that's even... Okay, I'm gonna just keep going. I could try to justify it, but it's always what I turn to, and it was sort of bad. It was just so cathartic. I could make reality whatever I wanted it to be when I wrote. I wasn't confined to the way things actually were. I don't... Depending on how old you were when you were writing this, that's actually really bad. If you were like in middle school, then maybe it's like one of those like weird like child psychology things. I don't know. But, oh god, please. This, you know what? Whatever. I gotta keep going. I could make a world where they laid off me and got to be the ones being beaten down for once. Oh god. It's better than what some other people did to their bullies. I wasn't exactly going to send my fans after them, was I? No one would be able to connect the characters to their real-world counterparts. They weren't anyone famous or relevant or with any kind of online presence. That part's true. At the very least, he was changing names, so... It's not, like, world-ending, but it's still not the best way to cope with things. Still, I think the others would be more wary of me if they heard about it. And if it came out, that would be 3 truths outed. All of these truths about me aren't too bad in isolation, but if they keep piling up, my reputation is going to start souring before I know it. And if it gets too bad then who knows what could happen.
I hope the dare isn't too bad. Avoid Prisoner 12 for the entire day. Do not talk to her alone, and ignore her if she tries to speak with you.
Uh-oh. Oh no. That could be bad for several reasons. Oh god, now he needs to pick and choose here.
Oh.
Prisoner 12. That's Maiko. She has become pretty reliant on me. I don't know how she'd feel if I suddenly started ignoring her. She might think it's because of her truth from yesterday. Oh god, that timing was really bad. But it's only one day, and surely she's smart enough to realize it's nothing personal. She has to realize it's a dare. Well, we thought Fu stealing the blueprints yesterday was a dare, and that clearly wasn't the case. But even so, maybe a little bit of separation would be a good thing. Maybe it would be healthy for both of us. Maybe Ismini was right. Maybe I'd gotten a little too carried away in thinking that helping Maiko would make up for my past mistakes. I shouldn't be clinging on to the past like this anyway. It's wrong. I need to clear my head. I stepped out of my cell and went on a small walk around the prison, hoping I'd eventually decide on what to do. It was so early, barely anyone else was awake. The prison seemed entirely empty. Shinku, the truth isn't that bad. Please don't be stupid. Oh my god. But as I entered the canteen, I realized one other person was awake. Dr. Elenius was alone in the canteen, sitting in quiet contemplation. She was holding something in her hands. I approached her quietly. I rarely got to speak to her alone. She was always so busy. I was apprehensive about what had come out about her last night, but still.
Dr. Elenius.
Good morning, Dr. Elenius.
Kutsuki.
Kutsuki. She seemed a little surprised to see me, quickly trying to hide what she was holding. You're up early. Is something the matter? No, just thought I'd clear my head. What have you got there? Dr. Elenius let out a sigh and slowly pulled out what she was holding from under the table.
Takahiro, maybe this.
Aw, that was nice of him, I think. In Alora's hands was a sloppily and awkwardly constructed doll, clearly made out of whatever Taka could get his hands on.
Is that...
Yes. It's a doll. He gave it to me yesterday. As a way to say thank you for giving it a second chance. He told me that there's nothing wrong with having a few embarrassing hobbies here and there. And while I might not have my full collection here, he wanted to try making this place nicer for me. Like I've made it nicer for everyone.
Huh.
He really said all of that?
More or less. Although I subtracted his usual Taka-isms for the sake of brevity.
Huh. That's Really sweet, actually.
Yeah, the doll also looks very silly. I like it.
Takahiro is quite the handful, but he does have his moments. I really needed this when he gave it to me. I'm grateful, honestly.
Have you been alright? I mean,
If you want the truth, Kutsuki, I really do want to keep everyone here safe. That's my highest priority. I know it's unlikely I can do anything to save everyone here, but if I can, I want to.
Wow.
I know some of the people here likely don't deserve that, but I do want them all to be breathing at the end of this. I'm not making as much progress procuring an exit as I'd like to be, though. And as the motive gets more severe, I doubt my efforts to keep everyone reasonable and collaborative throughout it will be much help to resolve conflict. Especially as information comes out about me, I'm sure the others will start to trust me less and less.
Yeah, that's partially true, I would say.
I'm tired, Kutsuki. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Delaying the inevitable, that is.
Dr. Elenius.
I want to save everyone. It's like there's this little, illogical, emotional, childish voice in my head who wants everyone to be okay, whether or not they deserve it. Whether or not it's possible. And it's silly, because being logical, I know that can never happen. I know I'm just stalling, buying time at best.
Yikes. This is deep. Heavy, heavy, heavy.
And yet,
Dr. Valenius looked down at the doll, falling silent for a moment.
seeing that others hold that same childish belief, that same desire, and that they genuinely trust I can make it possible, it brings me hope. It gives me the energy to keep going. Even if there's only a small, tiny, insignificant chance that everything will turn out all right. Isn't that chance still worth chasing?
Dr. Valenius, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. Are you sure you'll be all right? She nodded, returning to her usual professionalism. I've had pressure placed on me as long as I can remember. I work better under it, really. But thank you for your concern. I'm not great at expressing it, but it does mean a lot to me. I think all of this means a lot more to you than you let on. That's nothing to be ashamed of. I know. But personal bias always seems to complicate things, thus I try to disconnect. Treat this all like it's just work. It's safer that way, but it's undeniable at this point that I care. And that does terrify me, quite frankly. Huh? I'll never forgive myself if I fail, if I let them get hurt. So, we won't let that happen. No matter what happens, no matter what roadblocks are in the way, I just have to keep on moving. We have to keep on moving. I suppose you're right. The others should be arriving soon for the morning meeting. We should get ready. Of course, I apologize if my truth has soured your opinion of me. Same here, but being unreasonable about these secrets is just what the game wants, isn't it? So, even if added context doesn't help it, I won't let it make me think less of you. Thank you, Kutsuki. Oh, and one last thing before the others arrive. Happy Valentine's Day. Huh? I apologize if you wanted any chocolate or anything. I don't have any, but I've been counting the days since our last confirmed point. Yuzuki's birthday today marks Valentine's Day. I know it doesn't particularly change anything, but it's nice to at least know the time. Okay, that's kind of sweet. I like that. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Do you have anyone special in your life? Not in the traditional sense. I've never been one for relationships. But yes, I have someone I do care about quite a bit if that counts. It's for them as well that I want everyone to be safe. In my eyes, the greatest form of showing your love for someone is by helping them live their life to the fullest, however you can. Perhaps in a way, continuing to try to find a way for us to all get out, despite it practically being impossible, is my form of a Valentine's gift to everyone. That's really nice, Dr. Relenius. It's oddly sweet, coming from someone like you. I think it's a perfectly natural desire. Alora smiled at me as the others started to filter in one by one, grabbing various bits of food, chatting amongst themselves. Everyone filtering in one by one to our second morning meeting. Please fight, please fight, please fight. No! Thank you all for coming once again. I appreciate you coming to
Fuck off.
I'm just here for answers. What the fuck are all those truths about? Okay, wow. Yeah, let's just get right into it then. Yeah, some of them do seem like a real step up from embarrassing self-insert fanfiction and doll collecting. I appreciate everyone has questions they'd like answered, but let's be reasonable here. Try to take things one at a time. Let's do it how we did it last time and start with Kutsuki. Oh, so now you're just stalling. Real reasonable.
Oh, no, no, no!
Taka. Hey, I trust in Lori. There must be an explanation. I'm sure she'll share it when it gets around to her. Let's just trust in her method for now. There must be a reason for it. Besides, the quicker we're done with it, the quicker we can get on with our days. Thank you, Takahiro. First and foremost, does anyone have any questions for Kutsuki?
Is that all?
Not particularly. It's normal to criticize the work of children. They'll never learn if you don't. What? That's an interesting take. Oh, okay. It is?
Hey! So not cool!
Yeah, it's totally normal. If they can make fun of my characters, I can make fun of theirs. How is Why?
I need a drink.
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't particularly agree with him doing it, but at the very least it was under an alternative account. If you did it on your primary account, I'm sure that would trigger harassment. Yeah, it was under my alt. Don't worry. I don't even know what an alt or this fic fan shit is. Oh, this is funny. Oh, foo. No shit, Sam's into it. Doesn't surprise me he stooped to bullying children either. He's too weak to hold his own against anyone his own age, so he's gotta punch down. Coward, just like— Girl, what? You literally bragged to me last night about how you beat a kid in a go-kart race and made him cry one time. That's different! I wasn't gonna lose. That shit would be embarrassing. I didn't mean to make anyone upset. I guess I just got frustrated at how so many people misrepresented my ideas or characters. I understand that. I think I understand that. It sounds silly, but I put a lot of myself into my stories and themes, and when I see people mischaracterize them or miss the core message, it just frustrates me. I feel like I have to correct it so that idea doesn't perpetuate and damage the artistic integrity of my works. Of course, I probably went a little far with it. No, if you were like borderline bullying these kids, no, it wasn't just a little far. Oh my god. If it's just fiction, I don't particularly care. I mean, yeah, it's weird, but it's such a non-issue compared to all the other shit that came out. Let's move on then. On to Uchiyama's. Now, I know some of you have your own reservations about her, but I'd like to ask that we approach this issue with sensitivity and grace. Please, if we can, I don't know why we'd even need to talk about it. Oh, so now we're all about that. I'm not certain what you mean. You're joking. She's been starving herself half to death for the last month. Isabel literally dumped all her leftovers in her room to teach her a I didn't know that she was... Bullshit! You're only pretending to feel bad now because it'll look bad if you don't. Nobody could have known that part, but the criticism part is another story. I had no idea. Really, I'm sorry, Takiko. I didn't I just wanted you to realize how severe your crime was. I didn't know you... I'm sorry. Why on earth are you apologizing? It's not your fault you felt like you had to look like that. I mean, at least we know now so we can help you. We just have to find some foods you like and... Are you insane? Huh? I was just trying to... My entire career is built on the fact I look like this. That I look young and small and easily approachable. When people are at their lowest moments, they don't want someone big and strong to drag them out of the light. They want someone small, gentle, on their level to take their hand and coax them out. Something that can't possibly hurt them. That's such a toxic mindset for yourself, though. That's so sad. I've always had to be weak, because that's what sells. If I don't have my looks, if I can't help people, if I'm not up to my agency standards, then I'm worthless. Taki, I get it. I feel slightly similar. Huh? When you're famous and constantly on screen, constantly being watched, your worth is determined by how many numbers you can bring in. And the way to bring in numbers for me was by turning up my personality to the max, selling an exaggerated version of myself until the lines between me and the Taka hero blurred completely. I still don't really know what worth I have outside of that, but I think it was part of why I hurt my staff so carelessly. It helped me feel like I had some sense of control over what was happening. That I was on top, somehow. That I wouldn't so easily get discarded if the numbers started falling. I imagine it's similar to why you sent your fans to... The slight amount of weakness Takiko had shown before immediately frosted over as she interrupted Taka. We're completely different situations. I understand it's hard to believe now, but going on like this isn't sustainable. I couldn't in good conscience leave you like this. So, I'll be keeping an eye on your meals from now on, Uchiyama. We can work together to negotiate something that works. But it's the only thing I... Please. Alright. Thank you. Right. Now we've got that sorted, we can discuss mine. There? Was waiting really that hard? Is your sister as pretty as you? Micah, why is that the first fucking question you have? That is scary. That's the first thing you want to ask? Christ. Is Meanie and I on the same wavelength? Yeah, personally I'm more hung up on the child neglect, but to each their own, I guess. Is your sis still alive? I'll just explain fully. I feel like that will be more productive. Have any of you heard of the Wonder Child paper? A paper detailing an experiment on if it's possible to optimize a child's upbringing to improve IQ at a rate higher than average. Well, some of the wording is a little incorrect. It's more complicated than that, but if we were simplifying it, that would be an adequate explanation. I was the child used in the experiment. I was born for it. Sounds kind of fucked up, if you ask me. It's like you're boiling a kid down to stats and numbers. No kid deserves to go through that. I'm grateful for it. It clearly worked. I'm only where I am today in life due to the experience. Yeah, I'm sure your parents being researchers with a whole pile of funds and connections had nothing to do with it. You can say what you like about it, but a lot of the methodology has been successfully replicated already. If it was all so successful, though, I doubt you'd have so much to cover up. When my parents had me, they'd accounted for everything, aside from the fact that my mother happened to be pregnant with twins. They considered terminating the pregnancy, but eventually decided to keep us both, using my sister as a control of sorts. What? My parents never abused my sister. They simply let her live her life normally, do things as she pleased, left her to her own devices. If she also grew up similarly to me, they'd know none of the ways they nurtured me had any effect, and it would disprove their hypothesis. So they got rid of her when she did disprove the hypothesis, so their research would still be valid? No, quite the opposite. She had a lot more struggles in school than I did, both behaviorally and academically. It became clear that if left to just her basic human nature, she clearly wasn't as successful as me. To put a long story short, she started causing issues for my parents. They didn't want any of those issues to stress me out, so they limited her contact with me. Oh, God. Eventually, I hardly saw her at all. Next, I was told she'd gone to live with some other family. I believed it at the time. I was rather young and had fairly important exams to worry about. I went on with my life. I didn't think about it too much. It was only when I researched adulthood and the paper was published that she crossed my mind again. Her redaction seemed strange to me, but I trusted my parents did it for her safety. Should I have questioned it? Perhaps, but my parents had enough pushback once they released the paper, and I was fairly busy with work at the time, and I just let it be. Is that a sufficient enough explanation? Yeah, I guess so. The whole thing just doesn't sound all that real. It sounds a little less malicious when you provide all the context, though. Even if there is fault, it lies in your parents, not you. Yeah, and when we get out of here, we can find your twin and find out she's okay and single. Maiko, no. Girl, stop. Jesus. Any further questions? Why are you still talking like your parents are watching? I'm not certain what you mean, Wang. Really? Wasn't the whole point of that thing to raise your IQ? If that's all the questions we're going to get, shouldn't we move on to your truth, Wang? Or perhaps the fact you lied about doing your dare yesterday to take those blueprints without consequence. Hey, cut me some slack. It was Pinky who said it was my dare. I never said anything myself. You all assumed. Well, you didn't exactly deny it, did you? What are you talking about? I told you it wasn't my dare. You clearly made it sound like sarcasm. No, I never do that. He stabbed me before. I don't know why we're surprised he'd lie. I just assumed that he'd be a bit more careful about his behavior considering he'd just been let out. And you went back on your word, having Blondie watch me last night. What was that about? Wait, if it wasn't your dare, why did you steal those blueprints? It's not nearly as malicious as you think. Calm down. It's just that Allura is almost always cooped up, all very secretive with her plans. It makes me question how hard she's really working. I mean, we've been here for what, a couple of months? And still no tangible progress on getting out? I thought I'd review what exactly I'm putting my stocks in. It's basic business. I hate defending him, but I get it. How much longer are we going to be stuck here? I don't know. You're working every day and you don't know? Haven't you got any leads? I thought we could escape through the sewage system. Unfortunately, it appears that the facility we're in is self-sustaining. The sewage just flows right into a treatment center in the facility and then right back into it. And the ventilation system is proving equally as fruitless. Wait, so are we really, truly, properly stuck here? No, we're not. Wait, so you have found something? Well, don't be shy. Share it with the class. Well, I don't know what other avenues we could explore, but there has to be something. We can't be stuck here. I won't allow it. But I feel like by the time we find a new avenue to explore, the host will just catch on and prevent us from exploiting it. So it's hopeless? We're getting off track. This is meant to be about Wang. From now on, be careful not to write off his behavior as acceptable by presuming he's only doing something for a dare. It's becoming clear he's exploiting this motive to act however he'd like because we've all become more likely to accept strange behaviors. Oh, come on, I only did it once. I'm not taking any chances. I feel like we're brushing off his actual truth here, though. It's pretty messed up. Yeah. Give me 1 second, though. I'm gonna drink some water. Alright, there we go. That's putting it lightly. What on earth could your crime possibly be if something like that is only considered a minor secret by the game? I already told you I'm not exactly sunshine and rainbows. I've got a few skeletons in my closet and I've never tried to hide it. A few skeletons? Girl, there's a whole catacombs in there. If it makes you feel any better, I was only indirectly involved in that one. Some big food company told me to do some promotions over there. They framed it as wanting to give rural communities, access to cheaper food during hard times and bad harvests. I guess I was blinded by my own nostalgia. I grew up in the countryside and remembered some cold, hungry winters. I thought, fuck it, it's good money and it probably help some kids down the line. But I forgot how reliant some desperate people get. they turned to those shops and products because it was easier and cheaper than buying from the local farms. A few years down the line, the farm started to shut down. Not enough customers, not enough money, meaning those junk food shops were the only option that village had. It's a sad reality that happens to many of those places. I've seen it happen countless times. If you've seen it before, why'd you help it happen again? I thought people would be smarter, know not to ditch their roots, stay self-sufficient. Guess I didn't realize how hungry people get. It's been decades since I've had an empty stomach at this point. But it was years ago. I don't know why they're making a big deal about it now. If you ask me, this motive ain't exactly all that fair. Some of you are like 10. It's natural I'd have more messed up secrets. I've lived longer and had more time to make those small mistakes. I really don't think crippling an entire small community counts as a small mistake. Oh yeah, totally. Guess a small mistake would be something more like crippling a 16-year-old girl, huh? Oh boy. Yikes. Wang. What? Everyone else takes shots at each other's crimes. Why am I suddenly the villain when I do it? We've already discussed this before. Yuzuki is sent. Can we cut the shit, Doc? Why the hell are we coddling a fully grown adult woman? I mean, come on, it's getting ridiculous. She's closer to my age than she is to pigtails, yet everyone's wandering around and coddling her and stepping around her crime like she's 10. Do you not remember what she tried to do to her? It was a month ago. If she was going to kill herself again at this point, it would just be to give everyone a nice little scare so they go back to coddling her. All you're doing is rewarding her self-destructive behavior. Yikes, that's quite a take. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, it is getting fucking ridiculous. Molly needs a wake-up call, not people playing house with her like she's a victim in all this somehow. But I understand that, but a harsh approach like this is just going to make her spiral, and we'll be right back at square zero. Right back, we're still there. And we're gonna keep going there as long as people like Sam keep holding her hand and telling her that it's okay she stalked some celebrity. That's not what he's doing. Then what is he doing? If you ask me, it's for himself. Soon as the other guy kicked the bucket, he needed something to fill the space. Someone to make him feel like a good person. Why are we talking about this? No, that's not it. He cares about me. He does. Shinku, tell them. Oh, he can't fucking talk to her. I want to defend her more, but my dare. Not to mention, I knew partially they were right. If we never brought this up, nothing would change with Maiko. And I was just making up for something, just not in the way they thought. I just needed to do it right this time. That's what I'd hoped to do with Maiko. But even with my good intentions, was I really getting nothing out of this myself? If I was being honest. Shishi. Oh god, please don't look at me like that. I shouldn't be surprised. He can't even look at her. Pathetic. I don't care. The two of them can do whatever they want. I just think we need to stop coddling Pinky. Let's face the facts here. She stalked a woman, permanently injured a 16-year-old girl, and ruined the lives and careers of countless people. Don't put it like that. Maiko, it's the truth though. It's the truth. The truth hurts. But we do need to take a more sensitive approach to this because with her, it's a toss-up. You need to accept the truth more than anyone else here, or you'll end up like the last guy. Do you want that, huh? No, it's different. You don't get it. I really don't think you get to be morally outraged after everything you've disclosed about yourself. So you think we should let her just stagnate like this forever? It's not really their place, though. She needs professional help. I think she's more aware about it than she lets on. I mean, look at her secret. She was obsessed with those forums, obsessed with finding people worse than her to feel better about herself in comparison. You don't do that unless you know you're pretty messed up and are just trying to convince yourself that you could be worse. Of course I would. You'd do the same. If you'd felt for your whole life that you were rotten, undesirable, messed up, that you just fundamentally failed, you'd look for someone worse than you too. Someone to show you that you're not the worst. Something to show you that maybe beneath your failures there's a reason to not just give up completely. It's either that or Or you just don't face reality. You ignore it, you hide. And we know how that ends up, don't we? But you're still doing that and everyone's playing into it like it's nothing. She needs to grow up sooner or later, or else we'll be stuck coddling her through this motive like we did the last. And then someone else is going to have to get hurt again to protect her feelings. Oh, God.
Oh. Oh my god. Your sister.
Oh, no. Maiko looked at Takiko in horror, a sudden realization dawning upon her. That last motive, it was Takiko's hostage who got hurt in place of Yui. Takiko's sister had her life entirely uprooted to spare Maiko's feelings. For someone whom Maiko had already ruined the life of.
I'm going to be sick.
Maiko covered her mouth and ran out, her whole body shaking. She seemed genuinely distressed. I wanted nothing more than to rush after her and hug her and tell her everything would be okay, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. She'd understand. I was also certain, even if I did chase after her, if I talked to her, she might not even take it. Or maybe she would. She'd hide behind me. I just knew I was worried. I knew I couldn't go after her, but I wanted to make sure she wasn't alone. No matter what, I didn't want her to be alone. Is she going to be okay? I think that was pretty harsh. I get she needs to work through that stuff, but someone should go check on her. Shouldn't you do it? Isn't she your girlfriend or something? I can't. Just please, someone go check on her. I'll do it. I might have gone too far. I'm worried about him going alone to do this. Please don't let this man go alone. Please, please, I'm begging you. Very well, just don't push it any farther. I understand your frustration, but the rules I put in place for Yuzuki were to help her. I get that, but I think we need to give them a little review. I think this is just going to hurt her in the long run. You're right. I'll give them a review later. I think we do need to start making progress. Maybe she could start working with you. That seemed to work out with me. Just don't push her too hard, okay? One step at a time. You're all missing the point. You're still... I'd rather take things easy with her and have slow progress than have her dead. He let out a long sigh. Never mind, I'll go check she's not doing anything stupid. Fu stepped out to go look for her, walking past me and giving me a strange look as he did. Admittedly, I'd rather literally anyone aside from him went to go look for her, but I suppose I couldn't afford to be fussy. Yeah. I was just glad someone was going after her. As long as she didn't hurt herself, I'd be happy. But I'd have a lot of explaining to do tomorrow. I'm sorry, Maiko. I hope she'll be okay. Going off alone with Fu like that. He won't try to hurt her. There wouldn't be a point. We'd all know it's him. Well, if that's everything we wanted to cover...
Actually, there's something I'd like to discuss before we leave.
Oh? Dr. Elenius looked at Ismini with curiosity for a moment, raising an eyebrow as Ismini's gaze moved towards Ezekiel and Lyra.
Ezekiel, why have you been enabling Chatel?
Oh, I forgot about this, because it's been like, what, like a week? Like over a week since I last played? Oh, no.
Huh? What the,
Don't be nonsensical, I know you've been giving her these.
Ismini held the bottle of opioids that she'd taken from Lyra yesterday, a harsh look in her eyes.
Hold on.
Where the hell did you...
I thought, especially considering her crime, we'd all agree to limit Chatel's narcotics intake. Do you have any idea how dangerous this could be? Why are you encouraging this?
I think she has to be weaned off of that stuff, though. She could get really sick or, like, die.
Huh? You've been doing what?
I was wondering why she seems so lost.
Hang on. What makes you think I'd be doing this?
Quite frankly, you're the only one stupid enough. Not to mention she's got you doing her bidding like you're her dog or something.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's fucking rich coming from you. Even if I am, what's it to you? It's none of your business.
Zeke,
I think it's everyone's business. If it was up to me, she wouldn't have access to any of this nonsense.
Okay, now hang on, that's just...
Lyra stepped forward to talk, but Zeke stepped in front of her, approaching Ismini.
You crazy? Are you seriously that detached? What did you want me to do, huh? Expect her to recover in a situation like this?
Yeah. Oh. The drug thing is a very complicated situation. Of course, you don't want her taking it, but with certain drugs, you have to be weaned off of them or you can get really sick and, like, die. So, I don't blame him, but at the same time, it needs to be monitored so that she can wean off this shit. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I'm sure having a little threat of death over the is great motivation to get better.
Well, taking them freely as she has been isn't going to do her many favors either, is it?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Having access to a whole bottle like this? Are you actually insane? Do you actually care about her? Like, at all? What would you have done if things got a bit too stressful for her, huh? If she took all of them? If she overdosed?
God damn it, she's not some stupid teenager! She can manage that shit herself! Besides, you can't blame me.
Oh, God.
If you saw how she looked when she was off them, all that cold sweat, all that vomiting, God, she couldn't even sleep. If you'd seen her like that, practically on death's door, you would have given him to her too. So don't you dare say I don't care about her. I care about her more than you ever will. You just want to have power over people. You just want to be right. That's the root of it. You just want to be more right than me. You just want me to be wrong. It's how it was with men, and you're trying to do the same thing here as well.
Well, we both saw how things ended up.
Oh my God, she didn't just go there. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Is!
I'm sorry. That's not supposed to be funny, but Shinku's delivery on this is...
Oh my god.
Oh, I know. You didn't just...
Yeah, that was very, very poor timing. It's meaning that's something you write in your journal, or you, like, tell literally anyone other than Ezekiel. Why would you say that? Ezekiel charged forward towards Ismini, trying to grab her hair and pull it, but as he did, Lyra cut between the two of them, shoving them off of each other.
That's enough! Both of you, Jesus fucking Christ!
Did you hear the shit she was saying? Let go. And
Well, she can say it to me instead.
What do you...
I don't know why the hell you're treating this like I had no say in it. Sure, Zeke's been giving me this shit, but only because I've been asking. If you got such a problem with it, then I'm equally at fault.
I had to give them to you. I didn't want to lose you too.
Oh, God.
Still, I'm the one who keeps choosing to take them. It's my choice. Frankly, it's kind of pissing me off how people are acting like you're the reason I'm still taking them. Like I don't have a say in it or anything.
Hi, Ari, welcome back. They're about to throw hands.
Please, just listen. You can't keep going like this. It's ridiculous. I can't sit by and watch you two enable each other until one of you dies.
Cersei is right.
Thank you! Someone here has some common sense.
Although I disagree on cutting them off completely. Going cold turkey would be incredibly dangerous at this stage.
That's exactly what I was thinking!
So I'll be regulating her intake from now on. I'll slowly taper her off then.
Okay, thank you, Alora, thank you.
I'm not a child. I can figure this shit out myself. I don't want to be babysat.
Perhaps you should have thought about that before you proved otherwise.
Yikes, but fair. Can I throw hands too? You know what? Sure, Ari. I guess so. I don't know who you're throwing hands with, but good luck. I'll have Takahiro keep better accounts of the medicine storage. Make sure nothing is taken that shouldn't be. That should be enough to ensure Elias doesn't slip her anymore. This feels like you just keep piling on more and more things to watch or take care of onto yourself. Are you sure you'll be alright? I don't mind keeping an eye on Lyra's dosage for you, Dr. Elenius. I appreciate you're a very busy woman. Oh, of course you want to do it. My only interest here is making sure things don't turn out like they did last time. Huh. You're so fucking rich acting like it's my fault. Do I gotta remind you who murdered him? Don't fret. I'll be fine, I promise. Well, if you're 100% sure, but I'm still here if you need me. Thank you, Takahiro. Now, Chattel, come with me. We'll sort out your schedule together. This is so patronizing, Christ. I don't blame her though, Lyra. I don't blame her. Hey, come on. We're just trying to help you here. You're acting like I'm completely incapable of helping myself if I wanted it. I understand you might feel that we're treating you like that, but I don't think that's how the others are trying to come across. It's more they want to help you get to that point, give you the structure and support to get there on your own. Why do you want to fight me, Eri? What did I do? Well, if that's everything, you're all free to leave. Wait, my thing now! Ugh, great. This stupid meeting is never gonna end. Sorry, it'll be quick, I promise. What's up? I'd like to share my truth for today. Oh? Oh, that's fucking smart. What? Takahiro, please think about this carefully. This could... He shook his head, smiling at Dr. Elenius softly. There's no rule against sharing your truth, only your dare. And I'd like to share this on my own terms. That is a loophole. That's brilliant. That is so brilliant, Taka. You're big braining. Besides, most of you already know, but I don't care. I have to do this to the audience. Taka clambered onto one of the tables, making it so everyone could see him.
Before I was scared to say this, I was scared to be me. I was scared of what the audience would think of me.
Oh my god, Taka. He looks so goofy here. I want to fight someone shorter than me so I can lick their head mid-fight to cause confusion so that I win. What? What in the Pokemon battle type crap is that? Oh my god. Eri. Thank you for that. I came up at just a perfect moment too when we have Taka on screen. Because I feel like most of the time he says stuff and that's what I get.
I knew if this became public, there'd be a massive scandal. And not the good kind. I'd become a talking piece, not a person. But I don't care about what the audience thinks anymore. I don't need them. There are more important things in life. Besides, I don't want any kind of audience who would just throw me away just for being me. I don't want parts of who I am to be weaponized against me, treated like secrets. That's just silly. So, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm trans. I'm trans, and I've always been trans. I've always known I was a guy. I am a guy. There's no changing that.
You know what? I'm glad that he's doing this. I'm glad that Taka's doing this. And here's why. He's taking power over something that other people should not be having a say over. I am saying right now, like, you know what? I don't think I really have to explain much here. Because I think it's a big step that he's taken just saying this.
And I don't care if people hate me for it, if they discard me, or if they see me as something I'm not. Because I'm a guy, and I know that. So does anyone with eyes.
Yeah.
And anyone who can't see that is not worth keeping around. Not one bit.
Like Hunter. Oh. Now do you feel like it was a poor time to get into this? Because now I'm starting to think that I think this was supposed to be much more heartwarming. I thought he was gonna do something stupid. I'm sorry, guys.
And it doesn't change the fact I'm me, the fact I'm Taka. Not at all. So, let them think what they want. It doesn't matter to me anymore. All that matters to me now is being me. And making me someone worth caring about. That's what's important to me in life.
So, yeah, that's it. Phew. Glad I got that off my chest. I just can't believe how much you've changed. You never fail to surprise me, Taka. I'm surprised they'd make something like that your secret. I can't imagine many people would fault you for it. You'd be surprised. There's so much vitriol on social media these days. People will scapegoat anything and anyone. I was worried for the longest time that people would use my crime as a reason to demonize all people like me, not just see it as my own individual mistake. But I was mainly worried about my fans still liking me. But I wouldn't want fans who would drop me just over being who I am. No way, Jose. Yeah, preach. I just hope none of you think of me any different, if you didn't know before. Of course not. None of us are stupid. Like you said, it doesn't change who you are. I moved my gaze over to Ezekiel. Usually he was very judgmental about this sort of thing. I was sort of worried that he was going to handle it poorly. He took a few steps towards Taka and grabbed him. Before I could do anything about it, he was ruffling his hair with a shit-eating grin on his face. Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you got the confidence to say it. Oh my god, I thought he said Trey. Ari. Oh, Ari. I think you need to wake up a little bit. Do you need coffee or like tea? I could make you tea real quick. I was trying to process what the fuck that means. Ah! Great golly goodness, Zeke, what are you? Didn't think you'd have the balls to say it publicly, man. I underestimated you. You're not judging? Duh, of course not. That would be pretty fucking stupid. If you ask me, this makes you more of a man than most people I know. One of the most badass things you can do is go out there and be yourself confidently, even while the world keeps trying to knock you down and demonize you just for existing. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise, alright? Yeah, absolutely, you've got it. Huh, go figure. Yeah, maybe I read into Zeke wrong a little bit. Okay, make me tea. I will make you tea right after the stream ends, okay? What do you mean now? I can't stop the stream. Huh, go figure. Zeke had some confusing standards. I was just glad he was being kind to Taka. I knew the widespread consequences of Taka being open about this in the outside world would likely be a lot. So it was nice we could give him a little respite while he was in a prison. In the prison, I mean. And once Zeke stopped ruffling Taka's hair, a small figure from the corner approached and with hesitance reached out and placed a gloved hand on his shoulder. He turned around and met her smile, a few words escaping their mouth that held more value to Taka than I could possibly imagine.
Hey. I'm proud of you.
Stream break? Zeke, trans ally, real. Yes. I think he just respects Taka for just being open about who he is. 10-minute intermission. I feel like I should wait until we get to a better point. Oh, Taka. Taka stood in stunned silence for a moment, eventually returning Asuga's smile, taking their hands pretty suddenly.
Just you wait, Sugi. I'm going to become the Taka you thought you knew.
Okay, Ari, I'll make the tea, I promise, but you gotta wait until I finish.
Huh? Hey, hang on!
No matter how much TV Taka I have to make through, I'll find your friend somewhere in the rubble. I promise. Even if it takes working for Allura every day, even if it takes losing my whole fan base, I'll get him back for you. I swear it!
Asuga seemed a little stunned, unsure what to think at first, but they eventually squeezed Taka's hand in return.
Then, I can't wait to meet him again.
At hearing that little flicker of a chance, Taka's eyes lit up. It was as if for the first time in months, he truly felt alive again. The widest smile imaginable appeared on his face as he let Asuga's words linger in the air, only speaking again as Asuga let go of his hand.
Then I'll have to get on it right away. Alora, I'll get on checking the medicine storage right away. I'll be done so fast you won't have even gone to the lab before you have my full report. Just you watch.
Taka gave Asuga one last wink and raced out, the wind in his sails. Asuga was left in stunned silence, letting out a small laugh after a second to break the quiet. Jeez, he's quite something, isn't he? At least he's doing a lot better. My eyes moved over to Dr. Elenius, who had a small smile curling at the edge of her lips. Well, at least one of my plans seems to be going well. I knew it, you were... Anyway, Chattel, come with me. Let's sort out this schedule. Fine, I'm coming. Everyone filtered out of the canteen one by one after the long meeting. I was admittedly very worried for Maiko, still, especially after she rushed off, but at least Fu was watching her. I'm sure he wouldn't let her hurt herself, even if he was harsh on her. I just had to keep telling myself that she was a fully grown adult woman. She could handle herself for one day. She wasn't going to fall apart if I wasn't there to support her just for a day. It was going to be okay. And if I told myself that enough, I'd probably start genuinely believing it. I knew if I just stayed randomly wandering around the prison, I'd eventually get too paranoid and try to seek her out to see if she was okay. So I decided to return to my cell without holding myself up in there for the day would diminish the temptation somewhat, or at least mean I wouldn't randomly run into her. Well, that's a lot to unpack. But as I entered my cell, I was surprised to see who I found inside, rifling through my belongings. What? Eri, I know you are in my house. You don't have to say it in chat.
Really?
What on earth are you doing in my cell?
Holy.
Jesus, kid, you've scared me. Can't you knock next time? When this is Shinku's room? No, he doesn't have to knock. What the fuck are you doing in here? Oh, I apologize. Let me just go and knock on the door to my own cell. Shit. Care to explain what exactly you're doing in here? Hey, easy now, kid. We're all friends here. No harm, no? You're rifling through his shit. I think he has a right to pop off on you right now. You better have a good explanation or I'm telling Dr. Elenius, and I doubt she'd be so lenient with your second offense in 2 days. Now, kid, no need to get so hasty with me. Do I gotta remind you of what the motive is? Do you seriously think I'm stupid enough to fall for that a second time? A little bit. What on earth are you doing? First the blueprints, now this? I'm almost starting to think... So, that's why you didn't run after Pinky yourself. You can't talk to Pinky. Huh? Oh. Hold on. That's my dare. Does that mean... My eyes moved over to the envelope on the desk. He let out a low chuckle. Oh! This sneaky bastard! That's... not just yours either, kid. Some real interesting stuff in some of those, let me tell you that. Oh, he's been rifling through everyone's shit! Hold up! That shouldn't be allowed. We aren't allowed to tell each other our dares. Well, technically, no rules are being broken if he's just taking them. Nobody's telling him, oh god, he found a fucking loophole. This guy. And who knows, he could try to use it as blackmail too. Ugh. They said nothing about reading them. Pretty neat loophole, huh? I just said that. That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. Oh, Shinku's pissed, though. And you're not gonna tell a soul if you're smart. Oh, now he has blackmail on Shinku. Fuck. Oh, this isn't good for him. Why not? There's nothing stopping me. I don't care if you tell everyone my secret. Well, you clearly care a little bit. Otherwise, you wouldn't be avoiding Pinky. Oh, he just clocked your shit real fast. I only care about it getting published everywhere. Everyone here will understand. They have to. Yeah, the doc does seem pretty convinced her little meetings solve every issue, huh? But I'm not so sure they'll understand Pinky's truth this time. What? Oh, let me tell you, kid, it's bad. It can't be. Oh, don't play dumb. You've seen her crime. You know exactly what she's capable of. But I like you, kid. You're a good sport. So how about a small deal, What do you suggest? You stay quiet about this, I stay quiet about her secret. Oh boy. Oh no, this is really bad. This is so bad. Oh, and just a little bonus to seal the deal. If you stay quiet, I'll do one of two things. I can get someone to watch over her all day in your stead, make sure she doesn't hurt herself, do any of that stuff you're so convinced she'll do if you lose sight of her for just a day. Or I'll tell you just exactly what that terrible secret of hers is. What's with the hesitation? It's an easy choice if you care about her. I know, but that secret, just how bad could it be? No, hang on, this was Fu we're talking about. He was probably just bluffing, just trying to make me feel bad. Or he could be doing it to have leverage over you, so be very careful with what you choose. But on the off chance he wasn't, I mean, all the affection he did seem to previously hold for Maiko seemed to be gone. I could tell it in the way he talked about her. Yeah, he was faking it. I could even tell. Even if it was something awful, maybe it was best to live in blissful ignorance. Tell myself it was just a bluff. What am I thinking? It had to be a bluff. Keeping her safe is the highest priority. Even if she has her issues, I can't let her get hurt. Promise me she won't be left alone? Heh. That's about what I expected. Fu seemed to look at me with a strange mixture of pity and disappointment, letting out a sigh and walking past me. Well, a deal's a deal, kid. You don't tell anyone I was here, I'll have someone watch over her. Pleasure doing business with you. Fu shoved his hands in his pocket and walked out, a bubbling feeling of anger rising in my chest. He seemed to linger by the door for a moment, as if he was waiting to see if I'd do anything, stand up to him, surprise him. But I couldn't, not before he left. I was too stunned at just how attached I'd become to her. I didn't want any harm to come to her. I didn't want things to become difficult. I didn't want to have to think. Oh, who am I kidding? I didn't want to think from the start. The reason why she'd made so little progress with understanding the severity of her crime is because I danced around it almost as much as she did. I didn't want her to be a terrible person. I didn't want to have to second guess if it was okay for me to want her to be safe, want her to be happy. I just wanted an easy way to make things right. An easy way to make things right. That's always what I seem to want. Isn't it, Akari? Can Shinku do anything stand up, dude? All I knew was that stewing in my own thoughts right now was dangerous. I needed to do something, anything to pass this day. I should find someone to talk to, or do one of those tapes, or just sleep. Hopefully the day would be over before I knew it. Alright, I'm gonna save real quick. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's see who we can find. We're not allowed to talk to Maiko, so... Oh, hi, Lyra. Hi, Queen. Let's see who's this way, if there is anyone. Oh, is that Asuga? Hello. Oh, Shinku, be careful if you're heading into the shower block. Maiko is there right now. I don't want you accidentally walking in there and giving her a scare. Oh, all good. Thanks for warning me. Sorry I'm not able to turn on the shower for her today. Thanks for doing it. Don't even mention it. It's really not an issue. Not like I got much to do today. You're not doing your dare? Nah, it's not worth it. I don't want to have to hurt someone to hide something like that. Then what did Fu... How'd you know about Fu? Oh, Shinku! Never mind. Well, at least I know it wasn't just me then. Sure, it sucks my truth will come out, but it might help get my brother some publicity or attention on his situation. even if it is a little too late. Besides, my troop will believe me, and that's what counts to me. Oh, Asuga, they're so sweet. I guess seeing Taka be so open with his truth has also made it less scary to come out with your own. Our own. If I could read. Right? If anything, having all of our socials suddenly update with our secrets might raise more awareness to our disappearances. It might give them a lead to find us. But I'm surprised he came out with his truth of all people. I suppose it wasn't a bad truth or anything, but still. I don't know, maybe he is finally starting to change. Anyway, I've got a little bit of time to kill while Maya's in the shower. Want to stay and chat for a bit? I feel like I don't see you all that much anymore, Shinku. You're always so busy with Mai. If I didn't know any better, I think you two were the ones who kiss on the mouth and stuff. What? No. We're not like that, really. Yeah, whatever you say, Shinku. Now, what do you say to hanging out for a bit? Sure, let's stay in touch. That sounds good. I'll just have to leave when Maiko comes out. Aw, what? You that shy about her all of a sudden? Shut up. I found myself hanging out with Asuga once again. I just hoped this time she wouldn't make me count food for 2 hours. Thinking back on it, the whole thing seemed a little silly in retrospect, especially as everyone was just eating things without us counting what was gone. Hey, Asuga, I've been thinking... Huh? About what? Why are you so worried about the food causing an imbalance in status when, you know, that imbalance is already bound to happen? What do you mean? I mean, with the whole voting thing, those people who are voted corrupt are already stripped of so much. It naturally causes some of us to have more than others. And if anyone has a brain, they're naturally going to blame the people who voted them that way instead of, you know, the people not voted corrupt, if that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. But it doesn't work like that. Not at all. People never look to the wider situation. They always find someone else to blame. I think you're just paranoid. People here are sensible. I wish I was just paranoid. I've seen it in action firsthand. That's why I know it's gonna happen. I like thinking the best in people, but even a minority... Minority? What the fuck? See, I can't read, guys. But even a minorly bad situation can bring out the worst in people. Like what? When I was little, I did a lot of modeling. You really? I can't imagine that. Jeez, okay, Shinku, thanks. Oh, sorry, I really didn't mean to offend. Just kidding, I don't care. I know I'm really not the type to be modeling. You'd have to be crazy to think that would be my thing. I just find it funny to catch you off guard like that. You should have seen your face. Sorry. Anyway, point is, modeling was the pits. No one liked it. We were all kids. We wanted to be making mud pies, not being drowned in hairspray and mascara. None of us wanted to be there. It was the worst. But, you know, instead of taking it out on our parents who forced us into it, or the photographers or anything, we all took it out on each other, making the whole thing even worse. You think, oh, that girl gets paid more, or oh, her ma came to supervise her. She must have it better. She can get taken down a few pegs. And it sucked. But none of us realized at the time we could have made the whole thing a lot better if we just helped each other and realized the real problem was the bigger picture there. I don't mean to downplay anything here. That sounds bad, but you were all kids. It makes sense your perspective was limited. We're all adults here. We're more sensible, able to see the bigger picture, more mature. What? Oh, that was like a incorrect buzzer noise, you know? Like on them game shows? So, you're saying I'm wrong? Yep, you get it. There's really only one difference between kids and adults, and it's not maturity. What difference? The only difference is kids have an excuse. Adults are bigger kids who no longer have any excuses and still continue to be stupid and immature. Some, yeah, but not always. I really don't think that's a fair assessment. Think of literally any politician you know. That's not many people. Exactly. So it doesn't matter if it's a group of kids, adults, or anything else. If someone sees someone else has it better, they'll knock them down, even if that person isn't causing their suffering. I guess it makes sense on some level. It's why in my circus, I tried to eliminate any disparity wherever possible. I wanted everyone to be on the same level as everyone else. Did that really work? Well as it could have. I'm human too, you know. I'm bound to have my own biases, and nothing was gonna be perfect. I cared a lot about everyone there. I just wanted them to all be happy. Of course, that caused a few issues sometimes, but a majority of the time it was a-okay. You do seem to really care about everyone there. It's really sweet to see, honestly. Stop, you'll make me blush. Oh, but you've gotta come see us when we're out of here. You'd love to meet Machida and Solange and... Asuka went into an impassioned ramble naming all of her circus members and what they did. Littered with personal anecdotes about what their acts and their personalities, the whole thing was pretty endearing. It was clear Asuka missed them a lot. Oh, that's cute. Guiding light. Luckily, being able to distract myself made the afternoon come faster than I'd expected. I'd initially planned to spend the rest of my day continuing to be cooped up in my cell, hoping that Fu would uphold his promise of having someone to watch over Maiko. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I was gonna say, like, wasn't Asuka there, but I guess with, like, a free time segment, it's a little awkward, so I forgive you. It's okay. I'm just a little silly. I could talk to her tomorrow, explain everything, then it would all be okay then. She'd forgive me. She'd understand it was for my dare. However, my plan to stay inside was interrupted as I heard commotion ongoing outside my cell. Two people appeared to be arguing. My curiosity got the better of me and I stepped out. I stood on the upper railings, looking down at the two figures below, Fu and Takiko. Oh.
Seriously?
Just do it. You sure about this, kid? Last chance to back out. I can't exactly back out now. You already told me that secret. Is he going up and doing this to everyone? Wait, what? Hold on. You said it yourself. A deal's a deal. Well, you know, I'm an honest man. If you want to back out and pay for it some other way, I'm not going to fault you. Just get it over with. This is easiest. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want anyone else to have anything else above me. It seemed Fu had continued his train of making deals and bargains with others, this time preying on Takiko. I considered intervening, but I believed it would cause more issues. The best course of action seemed to be waiting until anything actually happened, then I could intervene and catch him in the act. Heh, you're tougher than I thought, kid. Well, hey, it's your choice if you're so certain. Just cut to the chase, get it over with. Fu seemed to hesitate for a moment. What are you waiting for? You asked to do this. We can get this over quickly here. Takiko pointed to a certain part of her body. I couldn't tell where exactly she was pointing to from my perspective. If you do it here, it won't cause any issues. So, just get it over with. Wait, what is going on? Right. No need to be so eager. Before I could process what was happening, Fu pulled out a knife, pressing it against the spot Takiko had pointed to. He stayed there for a moment, gritting his teeth. What the fuck? No! Hey kid, sure you don't want to change into something else first? I don't want to ruin your dress, looks expensive. Are you serious? Just get it over with. I just want it to be done. Right, yeah. Wait, was he going to... Just do it! What's the holdup? I couldn't just stand by and watch this. I raced down the stairs to try to help, but before I could, Fu's shaking hand took the knife and dropped it to the ground. Uh-oh. Oh, this is kind of pathetic and devastating. It's just the pose because, like, he tries to play it up, but you can kind of see, like, glimmers of, like, his real personality in there. Man. He turned his face away from Takiko, moving his hand through his hair nervously before the grown man dropped to his knees.
Wang?
God damn it. I can't do this. I can't.
I think he sees his daughter in her, and that's why he doesn't want to do it. That is understandable.
What are you?
This awful, rotten world. God, I've seen so much. I've seen what this world does to girls like you. Girls who aren't doing anything but trying to live. I've seen so many different horrible things people do. And it's everywhere, and it's everyone. The kindest guy you know can do the most despicable things behind closed doors. It makes me sick.
Oh, God. This isn't good, guys.
And they treat it like a joke. Like it's fun. It's... God damn it. And you have to smile and laugh at all these filthy, money-hungry pigs in suits trying to pretend you don't think they're pure scum. Those bastards. I'm so scared. I'm fucking terrified that my Tion has to grow up in a world like this.
Yikes.
This world is so cruel and unfair to you girls. There's so many things that can hurt you. That can hurt Tion. I never want to be one of those things. Never. I can't bring myself to make this world harder for you. No. Especially when it's practically already hell for you. I'm not a good dad. Not at all. I know that, but I can't die here. I can't. I've got to get out to make sure I can protect Tion from a world like this, at the very least. I'm sorry, kid. I can't do it. I'll let this game make me into whatever it wants. But I draw the line at this.
Fu couldn't even bring himself to look at Takiko, keeping his head in his hands. That was until the rental sister gently reached out and put a hand on the top of his head, patting it a little.
It's okay. I don't blame you.
Wang, I'll be honest, I don't really like you. Huh. I figured. I can't forgive you for stabbing Sugi. I never will, but I respect that you're willing to fight for Tion more than you could ever know. I wish my dad was half as willing to fight for me. Kid, don't pity me, it's okay, really. If he was still around, I probably wouldn't have my talent. Don't you think that would have been a good thing? I mean, absolutely not financially, but it isn't fair that all that was placed on you so young. Not really, but to say the truth, I do love my talent with my whole heart and soul. It's tiring. I feel like giving up a lot, but I wasn't a very happy child growing up. My talent helps me spread just a little bit of happiness in the world, however I can. This world is cruel, hard, and doesn't care. Some people don't deserve happiness, not at all. But I like giving it to people who deserve it. I like giving people the motivation to even just go outside and live. I like making people believe there's good in this world. It's easier to keep on living if you think that way, isn't it? It's been so long I've thought that way I can hardly remember. The world will always be unfair to girls like me. It's just the way things are. It shouldn't be that way, I know, but it's the reality of it all. But us girls are a lot more resilient than some people give us credit for. You find ways to fight back, to feel like you've got control in your life, to find support, solidarity, protection. Others would say I went too far trying to get back control. But if even one of those people who died were someone who was going to go on to hurt a young girl, I can't say I regret it. I can respect it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't be encouraging her to feel no regret. But the point is, no matter how cruel this world is, Tiana is a smart girl. She'll figure it out. If the world is cruel and harsh to her, there are people out there who won't just sit back and let it happen. And if nothing else, I know she'll be hella strong, just like her mother. That seemed to give Fu a bit of his spark back. He rose to his feet and smiled a little bit. Sorry, kid. You probably didn't want all that after the bombshell I already dropped on you earlier. It's fine, I'm built to handle it. I looked down at the two of them. There was something strange in Takiko's behavior, but I couldn't quite place my finger on it. But I wondered if she was just trying to comfort Fu, or if she was serious about wanting a father who fought for her more. I'm glad my dad was so kind and supportive of me, but looking back on it now, whenever Akari was arguing with my mother, my dad would always stay quiet or slip out to the community garden. I wonder if Akari felt like... You've got to come quickly. Before I could say anything else, my train of thought was interrupted by the doors behind me slamming open, and out-of-breath Asuga bursting into the common room. Everyone's attention turned to them. Kid, what's up? Did something happen? You were meant to be watching... It's Maiko. Oh god. What happened? I don't know. I got distracted and I turned my back and she took something. What was it? I don't know. She refused to tell me. I'm just not taking any chances. No way. Oh, fuck. Where is she? The infirmary. Do any of you know where Got it. I wasn't going to take any chances. I had to see her right away. I needed her to be okay. Without a second thought, I turned to leave, hearing someone yelling after me. Wait, kid, you're there. I don't care. I'm not letting it happen again. I couldn't live with myself if I did. And that was the bottom line of it. I didn't care how my reputation was stained, how my career was impacted. I didn't care anymore. I just knew I couldn't make the same mistake again. Even if it was wrong, this was my second chance. I had to make it right this time. Did she finally do it right? Oh, what the fuck? I raced to the infirmary, rushing inside. Maiko, are you there? No response. Coco? Shinku, is that you? Maiko, thank God I found you. What happened? What did you take? I'm so sorry. It's fine. It's really fine. It's okay. Hey, I just need to know what you took. Promise you won't get mad. Please. I won't. Just... Maiko handed me a small bottle. It was still half filled. She turned her head away from me as I read the label. Tanning pills? Why would you... My mother used to make me take them. She thought they'd make me more popular. She never wanted to end up in Japan. She was so stuck in her own world of standards she knew growing up. She refused to listen. I think she wanted to go back to when she was a teen. I think she was happier then. I hated taking them. I hated looking so different. I felt like I'd messed up just from being who I was. I didn't need anything else adding to the feeling. Reminding me how different I was. How ugly I was. Don't say that. It's true. No, it's not. You're beautiful, Maiko. Don't lie to me just to make me feel better. You're the worst, Shinku. If I was really pretty, I wouldn't just be the friend people make when they have no other choice. Ouch. Coco, I'm being honest. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lash out. I know you're just trying to be kind, but... Well, you don't have to worry. I only took 7. That's still a lot. Are you feeling okay? My tummy hurts, but I threw most of them up. I'm not going to die. I am just going to feel pretty bad for a bit. I don't want to die. Don't worry. I didn't want to do this. I'll get Dr. Millennius. She can double check. I don't want to take any chances. No, don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm being selfish again. I told myself I could handle this without you, that I wouldn't bother you, but can you please just stay here with me for a moment? I looked in her eyes. There was something different. It wasn't her big usual puppy eyes, but I still felt compelled to stay nonetheless. Okay. Maiko pulled herself up from the floor and sat quietly on the infirmary bed, barely making eye contact with me, but trying nonetheless. There was something different about her today.
I'm so sorry about earlier. I really am. I should have said something. I should have defended you.
No.
Huh?
They were right, Shinku. I shouldn't be coddled like this. This whole time I just kept running, hiding from the truth, hiding from the fact I'm an adult because it was safer, easier. But that's exactly what Dracul was doing too, wasn't it? It's no wonder you used me as a replacement for him.
Oh, ouch. Sorry, just need to sip of water, Dad.
It's okay. I don't blame you. But it's been obvious from the start. It hurt at first, but I'm used to it. I'm never really anyone's first choice. I was just happy to have someone willing to reach a hand out to me, so I just pretended not to know. I wanted to seem more oblivious to you. I thought you'd keep taking care of me if I did. I'm sorry. That wasn't fair on you. I'm a fully grown adult woman. I should be able to face this, but I didn't want to think. I didn't want to change because that would be admitting that I'd really messed up. And I knew I'd messed up. I knew what I was doing was awful. I really did. I just felt it was so awful. There was no way I could ever even start to make amends for it. So why even try? If I let people coddle me, if I didn't make progress, I wouldn't have to face just how much I'd have to change to even start to make up for what I'd done. But things can't go on and continue like this. Something has to change. I've known that for a while.
It's good that she's finally seeing this and being open about it.
You just didn't admit it for so long because you were scared?
Yeah, a little, but in truth, I didn't know what I was anymore without Yui. Without Yui, I felt worthless. And I know that's silly. I'm an ultimate. I'm successful in my own right, but it was always, I like this character's voice, and never, I like Yasuki's voice acting. I never really existed to anyone, and maybe it was better that way. I was scared if I got too much attention, people would see how weird and strange I really was. Yui was the opposite. Front and center. She was her talent, fully and completely. People came for her. I thought, in part, I could live through her. If someone close to me was loved and treasured and adored, I could feel what it was like vicariously without having to put my own self out there. And if I was loved by someone as successful and wonderful as her, I couldn't be a total screw-up, could I? At least that's what I thought. But I've stomped all over her legacy and our friendship. Any love and care she felt for me is gone. And it's all my fault.
Yeah, it is.
Maiko, you're being a little too...
I'm not being harsh on myself. I'm being realistic.
No, this is huge.
I can't deny it any longer. If I do, I'm just going to feel more and more guilty until it all builds up and gets too much again. I shouldn't have based my self-worth and validation entirely on her and what she thought. It meant I didn't know how to live without her. I just kept lying that she'd come back. That she'd forgive me because I couldn't live with myself if she didn't. That would be confirmation that nothing I did helped. That it was all for nothing. That I'd ruined both of our lives for no reason. And so I just kept waiting. Waiting and watching her from afar. Stagnating and waiting for her to come back. Because I didn't even know how to begin living and moving forward without her. She'd become such a big part of my life. But while I was waiting, staying at the same place, she just kept moving further and further away, growing and changing until I knew less and less about her. I felt I had to keep up, try to learn anything I could, so I could convince myself that I hadn't entirely lost her. But looking back on it now, all that waiting, all that refusing to move forward is what has left me so out of touch, so disconnected, so childish.
This is heavy. This is real heavy.
I can't stand being the person I am anymore. I can't stand being Maiko.
But you don't. You don't always have to be like this.
I know. It's just terrifying. I don't even know what I am without her anymore. I'm terrified of trying to grow, trying to change, and realizing I'm just like this. That I can't help myself. I can't fix myself. I don't want to go through all the pain and hurt of growing, moving forward, only to still hate myself at the end of it.
I understand. It's scary, but you can go at your own pace, one step at a time. You don't need to immediately race to the end. You might hate who you are at some points, have dips, low moments, bumps, and plateaus of progress, but you're still moving, little by little. And isn't that something to be proud of in itself?
You're right. It just feels so daunting to even start to take that first step. I don't even know if I deserve it at this point. But I know to move forward, I have to accept I'm never going to fix things with Yui. I need to let her go. So much of me, so many parts of me I hate are tied to her. I realize now that she should never forgive me. Not after all those awful things I did. And that's okay. I deserve that. But just because I've lost her, it doesn't mean I can't move forward and make new, better connections. I'm scared of hurting people. I'm scared of making things worse, but I need people in my life to challenge me, to take those steps towards, to keep me going forward. So please don't hold back anymore. You and I, Shinku, we can't keep doing things like this. Please, I know you just don't want me to get hurt. But we both need to let go sometimes. You need to let me take those steps. You have to be prepared to let me fall over occasionally. Or else, I'm never going to be someone who deserves to be your friend.
Maiko, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. All this time, I was just enabling your stagnation, encouraging you not to move forward, all while telling myself I was protecting you. I was so scared of losing you. I put you into this box. I used you just to protect my own ego, to make up for my own past mistakes. I had no idea in doing so I was keeping you like this. Keeping you feeling so guilty, so fragile.
What I'm gonna say on this is, it's good that she's kind of getting to this on her own terms, even if other people's influence did kind of waver into this a little bit. I will say this issue would have been fine to be resolved hypothetically when she gets out of here. Because with the killing game going on, it's hard to focus on things like this. But it seems like she's moving in a good direction for herself. So that's definitely a good thing to see.
I've just been infantilizing you this whole time, controlling you. Of course you couldn't even start to learn from your mistakes. I wasn't letting you make them. I just kept shutting down any discussion. I thought I knew what was best. I thought if I didn't, you'd hurt yourself. But you're right. You're not a child. You're an adult. You're not her. And you're not him. You're you.
I'm just me. And maybe that's scary. Maybe I don't really know who I am at this point, but I have to figure it out.
And no matter what she's like, I promise you, I won't drop you. I'll care about you and be your friend no matter what. No matter the person you grow into. And I'll let you figure that out on your own terms. I won't try to interfere. And I'll care, not because of what you can be for me, but what you can be for yourself. What you can be to prove you can make up for your past mistakes.
Even if it takes me weeks, months, years after we get out?
When we get out, whenever you want, we can hang out. No matter what's happening, no matter how you're feeling, we'll meet up.
Oh my gosh, now that I'm really thinking about it, this feels like such a death flag for her. Fuck!
I can't promise I'll always be close, but I promise you, if you ever need it, I'll only be a phone call away.
You mean it?
Of course! I mean, there aren't many others who can relate to being thrown into a situation like this, are there? No matter what happens, I want to stay in contact, okay?
I'd like that a lot, Shinku. I don't want to be scared of adulthood anymore. I don't want to end up like Dracul. I want to live properly. I'm sick of acting like my life's already over. I've still got time to change things. I'd be silly to just spend the rest of my life rotting away. I know I don't deserve it, but can I ask you one last favor?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try being myself. Even if I am different from others. Even if I stand out. Even if I seem weird. So, can you call me Molly from now on?
Oh.
Of course, Molly.
Oh, so now she's going by Molly. Okay. I'm sorry you had to come here again. I promise I really didn't want to hurt myself. I know, I should have trusted you, but I'm glad I came. I'm glad we had this discussion. Besides, you really did worry me. Those tanning pills are nothing to scoff at. I know. How did you even get your hands on them without getting shocked? Well, before Molly could explain, a figure quickly stepped into the infirmary. I came as soon as I could. Is she alright? Dr. Relenius, I'm glad you're here. I'm fine, really. Just a little bit of a stomach ache. Nothing I can't handle. I didn't take too many. They're just tanning pills. Still, I'd like to check your vitals. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There's a reason those things are banned. They can be very damaging for your liver, Yuzuki. Alright. I understand. What took you so long to get here, if you don't mind me asking? There was a situation between Elias and Chattel. Are they okay? What happened? Elias ended up taking methamphetamine. He's mostly fine, don't worry. What? What? Maiko, we had the same reaction. I mean, I'm not at all surprised, but Chattel gave him some. It was only a small quantity. I assume it was some sort of nonsense for a dare. But I had to make sure he was alright regardless. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. How did she even get her hands on something like that? Didn't we just all agree to limit her access to that sort of thing? I'm uncertain, but I was more focused on the situation at hand to question her. I'm just relieved he's mostly come down now. Dr. Elenius sighed, talking as she moved over to Molly and started checking her condition. She did various small checks for any obvious symptoms. You seem to be mostly fine, but I think it would be for the best if you stayed here tonight. I'd rather you were somewhere comfortable and closer to the bathrooms than in your stripped cell. That would probably be for the best, just in case. I'll put some painkillers and emetics by the bed in case things start getting worse or you need to throw up. And run a few more tests to be safe. Would you like me to leave for them? It would probably be for the best. I work best with less eyes on me. Don't you worry, Shinku. I'll be okay on my own, trust me. Alright, if you're sure, I'll trust you. She was a grown adult. I knew she'd be fine on her own, and after our previous discussion, I didn't want to be overbearing. If that's the case, I'll get out of your hair. Thank you for helping, Dr. Relenius. No need to thank me. It's basic human decency. I'll see you later, Molly. Dr. Relenius seemed a little surprised I called her that, but upon seeing Molly's small smile, she shut her lips, coming to a quiet understanding. Have a good evening, Shinku. Oh, and one last thing. Happy Valentine's Day, Molly. Oh, sorry, Shinku. I talked over you.
I know the circumstances aren't really the most ideal. Being stuck in the infirmary isn't exactly the most romantic way to spend Valentine's, but still. I hope you can feel how loved and cared for you are today, if nothing else.
That's sweet.
Even if I'm not the best person?
Of course. And you'll still be loved and cared for through every step of becoming a better person.
Thank you. That means more than you can know. Happy Valentine's Day, Shinku.
That's sweet. I left Molly in the capable hands of Dr. Relenius, leaving her to rest and get the care she needed. I didn't care that I'd failed my own dare. I was just glad the two of us were able to talk on the same level for once. Yeah, that's good, but I'm also scared she's gonna die now because that was a lot of development. Fuck! I walked back to my own cell, trying not to worry about her. I knew she could take care of herself. But on the way back, I spotted someone standing by the showers, a strangely shaken expression on her face. I supposed I shouldn't be surprised given what I was told about what happened, but still. It was weird to see her that small once again, or maybe it was just strange to see that much guilt in her eyes, considering it was...
Lyra.
Shinku.
Huh? Shinku, what's up? Are you okay? You look really out of it. Yeah, I'm all good, don't worry. I couldn't help but doubt that. Is Ezekiel okay? Dr. Relenius told me what happened. Yeah, he'll be okay. He's just taking a shower right now. I thought it might help him. And are you alright? God, I'm so fucking selfish. Hey, I don't need a pep talk from you of all people. He was so willing to take it. It's like he almost instantly understood that it was... He didn't ask questions. He just understood I wanted it hidden, so he did it. And then he just had to go and tell me when he was high that his dare involved doing something similar to me and that he couldn't go through with it. Oh, but he's done all of his other dares. He even put that salt on Mint's grave so nothing else could grow, even though it destroyed him. Yeah, I figured that's what happened. But for some godforsaken reason, he couldn't bring himself to hurt me. I couldn't even show him the same respect. I'm such a hypocrite, Shinku. This is right. I'm pathetic. Acting like I don't care. Like I just know I'm bad. That's the end all be all, and I could care less about how people really think of me. What a fucking joke. If I really didn't care, I wouldn't have let him do this. I'd just let my secrets come out, but I can't. I can't do it. I'm so scared of everyone else seeing how sad I really am, how stupid and pathetic I am. How much I've just fucked up throughout my life and never taken accountability. Of course I care. I care how stupidly close that verdict was. I just wanted people to give enough of a shit about me to tell me I was messing up. That the way I was going about things was wrong. That I needed to stop. And they did, but it was so split I don't even know what to think anymore. It feels like a light slap on the wrist then out of genuine concern for me. I could keep going until I overdosed and people still wouldn't have anything to say about it. It would just be a shame. That's it. Everyone would move on, wouldn't they? Lyra. Shit, sorry, you don't need to hear this. I'm being selfish again. It's not selfish to express your feelings. But this isn't about me. I'm not the one who got hurt here. Zeke is. I make everything about me. Or whatever I want people to see me as. But you're probably all already laughing. You're all going to have the last laugh when I can't keep this up anymore and... God, I can't keep this up anymore. I can't keep being like this. I'm just getting people hurt. Something needs to change. And what do you think that is? I don't know yet. I can't keep being this careless. I can't keep acting like none of this matters. Like I'm not scared. I was just scared to be vulnerable, to be genuine. It's pathetic and immature, but I thought if I didn't take things seriously, the deaths wouldn't matter to me. You miss him, don't you? I don't think I've got the right to miss Mint after how much I dismissed his attempts to help when I was younger, but... God, I feel so stupid for not listening. And I'm too stupid to listen now. He'd be disappointed in me. I'd hate for him to see me now. Hey, come on now. You have no way of knowing what Mint would think. Zeke just keeps on going on these big long rants about how you and Iz are disrespecting Mint's memory and how much it pisses him off, but I'm just as bad, acting like this. If Mint was alive instead of me, he'd have been able to grow from all this instead of just falling back into these stupid behaviors. But I'm not just going to sit here complaining. I need to do better. Well, that's good to hear, but do you know how exactly you're going to do that? Didn't we just have like a very similar conversation with Molly? Oh God. I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. I have to. I don't want to keep being like this, doing this to people, acting like a stupid, immature teenager. I'm just as bad as Dracul. If Zeke is going to go to these lengths to make sure I don't get hurt, then the least I can do is become someone who he doesn't just keep around because I'm all he has left. I think it's natural for someone to want to help their friends. I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself or see it as you needing to pay him back or anything. Ezekiel can be a little unreasonable, but I don't think he'll hold it against you. He won't, and that's the problem. I'm getting worried he's a little too attached. You know what he said to me the other day? If you die, I'll die with you. What? Oh, that's insane. I don't know how serious he was being, but Mint's death changed him. He's terrified of being abandoned again, being alone, being left. He'll hold on to me no matter how awful I get, no matter how I hurt him or me. In his eyes, getting hurt by someone is better than being alone. I couldn't leave him like this. Do you have any idea what that would do to him? But I can't stay close to him when I'm like this. I need to make sure I get to the point I don't hurt him or me, or anyone. That's understandable. I hope you're able to get there. I'm just feeling weird about it, I guess. When I get attached to people, I tend to only really care about their validation. It's a problem. I get too attached. I eventually just started leaving people to save myself from getting hurt. I thought if I left them before they left me, or before I could even get attached, then maybe I could avoid being hurt again. But getting hurt is part of being human, and trying to avoid it, I hurt a lot of people, both by leaving them and doing stupid things in my attempt to convince myself I didn't care. It's nice having some stability for once, but your brain is constantly telling you to leave. Can you blame me? It's what I'm used to. It's kind of ironic in a way that the prisoner most scared of being abandoned again got attached to the most avoidant, quick to abandon others person here. It's like the sort of relationship you'd see in a novel. Lyra seemed a little baffled at my response. Oh, I get it. God, you're kind of shit at cheering people up, aren't you? Sorry. It's fine. I shouldn't be dumping all this on you anyway. I'm sorry, man. I guess I just don't know who else to go to. But it'll be alright. I'll figure something out. I'm sorry you've had to deal with me being a bit of a dickhead for a while now. Hey, it's okay. It's a bad situation for all of us. No one is going to act entirely rationally all the time. A lesson I had to learn pretty quickly being friends with Ismini. Yeah, I know. I just don't want to be annoying with how irrational I am, you know? At least Ezekiel seems to be okay. It could have been a lot worse. You could have given him a bigger dose. True, I tried to only give him a little. Where did you get it anyway? I thought we were restricting your access to that sort of thing. Yeah, like, it was the weirdest shit ever. I was really pissed about that this morning due to seeing my truth. I knew I couldn't let that shit get out, no matter what. But I had no idea how I was going to get my hands on some meth, especially when I was restricted. But then when Alora pulled me aside after the meeting, she just gave it to me. What? Yeah, like, I didn't even ask her for it. She just gave it to me. She could barely look at me while she was doing it too. The whole thing was weird. Do you think it was for a dare or something? That's what I was assuming, but it was just strange. Cause like, she's not done any of her previous ones. She's been fine to let her truths come out. Makes you wonder what she's hiding. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's fair. I want to trust in her. She's done nothing but help us since we got here. I don't want to make things more difficult for her when she keeps piling up more and more onto herself. I get that. It just makes me wonder if she only organized those meetings to cover up or frame her truths in a certain way that makes her look better. You think she was lying this morning? Well, all I'm saying is I feel like we were missing some details. Anyway, Zeke should be coming out of the shower soon. You should probably get going. If he gets pissed at your sight when he's sober, I don't want to see what he's like with you when he's coming down from a high. That's probably a wise idea. I'll see you later, Lyra. Take it easy, and thanks for hearing me out. Sorry for dumping that all out on you. This whole thing just been a lot. For you and me both. It's for the best that we talk about these things, though. I'm glad you're being more honest to yourself. Yeah, like, for real. Now you know you can take me and Zeke down in one fell swoop. 2 for the price of 1. What a steal. What? What? Lyra, why are you saying that? Don't joke about that. Come on. Sorry. Bad habits. Stay safe. Lyra smiled at me as I left, giving me a small wave. She seemed a little happier than before, at least. I hope she was serious about wanting to make some changes. I think that would be for the best for everyone. But I had no idea Ezekiel had become that vulnerable. I couldn't help but be a little concerned. I hoped the 2 of them would be sensible and work through whatever was going on there. Maybe they just needed to give each other space, figure things out on their own terms. But when you want someone to be safe, you can sometimes hold on to them until they crack. I knew that better than anyone. This game's writing Gets better and better each time. Yeah! This writing is so good. It's peak. I was just glad Molly was starting to take those steps on her own now. I needed to give her space. She could never be meant in the same way Molly could. What? What? What was that? The evening approached before I knew it. It had been a few hours since Dr. Relenius did her checks on Molly. I could always go and see if she was okay before bed. It was Valentine's Day. It would feel like a shame to not hang out with someone. Maybe someone was planning on doing something for it. I suppose I could just get some rest or record my fans a special Valentine's tape, but that felt embarrassing. Either way, I wanted to do something this evening. Hey, free team again. Let's go. I'm gonna save again real quick. It's better to save than to not. Alright, I'm gonna go find someone. Okay, is there anyone here? Nope, it doesn't look like anyone's here. I don't even know who I want to spend time with. Do I even want to waste my time talking to you? Because I feel like with Fu, it's always a toss-up. You're here, so sure. Hey, you doing okay, kid? Don't speak to me. Well, I hate to say it, but you're the one who approached me first. I don't know why. I can't say I'm a massive fan of you right now. Yikes, kid. No need to spell it out. Hey, come on. I think we can get along. Really, I just want to help you. Until you start standing up for what you actually want, you're not gonna go anywhere. If you keep going the way you're going, you're gonna lose someone eventually. I keep giving you opportunities to fight back, punch back, but you never do. Why? What the fuck? I don't know. Really? I'd have assumed a kid like you would be all about self-reflection. Maybe you're just too ashamed to admit it. Oh well, not my issue. Happy Valentine's Day, kid. I'm sure you'll have your fun playing house in blissful ignorance. Wow, okay. Fucking rude. Bye. I wasted my time talking to you. I knew it. Aw! Is that Asuga? Oh my god, look at them. Hi. I did enjoy my last conversation with you, but I'm gonna see if there's someone I haven't talked to in a while. I'm gonna come down here. Maybe I could try to find Ismini? I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've talked with Ismini. If I can find her pretty quick, then I'll talk to her. Oh, speak of the devil, I found her! Not doing your dare, Ismini? Absolutely not. I didn't even consider it for a moment. Molly could never be Dracul, that's what it said. Oh, okay, okay. Whoa. Was it really that bad? I'd rather not discuss it. It makes me apprehensive about what my next dares will be. Well, alright, I won't push it. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, by the way. It's Valentine's? Apologies, I'm a terribly unromantic person. If you're expecting chocolates or anything, you're not getting any. Well, don't worry. I really wasn't, especially not from someone like you. Oh! What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Well, at least the feeling is mutual. You're like a strange, homely sibling who I can't get rid of. I can't possibly imagine seeing you in any other light. No offense, Shinku. None taken? But I still do care for you deeply. If you're feeling lonely, I don't mind if you'd like to stay and chat for a while. Yes! No, you called me strange. No, let's hang out. That sounds really nice right about now. Why, of course. I was admittedly a bit apprehensive about talking to Ismini one-on-one like this, but I did feel as though someone had to talk to her. I'm gay, Ismini. She was very good at going a bit too far. I thought maybe I might be able to talk some sense into her, or understand her rationale a little better. Hey, I wanted to talk about something actually. Is everything alright? Don't you think it's a little wrong to just completely trust the audience's judgment in this situation? Oh, so you don't think I deserve my verdict? You think I'm corrupt? That's not what I... Well then, if you trust what they say about me, then you should trust what they say about the others. It's as simple as that. Well, I'm not entirely sure I trust much of what they say. Their judgments are clearly sensible, so I'll follow them accordingly. Ismini, come on. We both know you're smarter than this. You can't tell me that you, someone who values knowledge and academics above all else, are reducing this to such simple-minded black and white thinking. Well, I'd like to think out of everyone here, you'd at least approach this with some level of nuance. So what's really going on here, Ismini? It feels like you're just doing this to prove a point. Admittedly, I'm aware I should approach this with far more nuance than I have, but ultimately, it's been groundbreaking to finally be validated that what I did to my friends wasn't wrong. But it was. I'll never believe what I did to that professor was wrong. He had it coming. Anyone who harms and takes advantage of anyone weaker than them shouldn't be surprised when whatever they're torturing bites back. Yikes. But for the longest time, I felt this crushing guilt over involving my friends, being stupid enough to believe what I did would help. I made us all fall apart, shatter. I'd broken what we'd created together. I thought I'd hurt those like Dakota irreversibly. That on some level, I'd hurt others like that piece of scum had. So you did feel remorse? Of course, how could I not? I was horrified seeing their reactions, seeing what happened to them. I felt I deserved it when they left. It made me feel like fundamentally there was something deeply wrong with me, that I was too inhuman or cruel to be trusted with proper connection. It's why I tried to ice everyone out. I didn't want to hurt anyone else. But of course, isolating myself, being so disconnected, it just makes you feel more inhuman. I can imagine. My friend always has to drag me out if I've been too cooped up for too long. Otherwise, I get way too much in my own head. That's why, being told that despite what I did to them, I'm allowed redemption. That in part, I'm not fully responsible for how it affected them. That it's more so about them individually than to do with me. Finally being told that I wasn't wrong for wanting to protect those I cared about from getting hurt. That I was right to want to keep them safe and make sure not one person would carry all the guilt. It's been incredibly vindicating, Shinku. I see. Still, she shouldn't entirely absolve herself of all responsibility. It's like I've finally woken up. The world feels warm again. I finally feel like I'm allowed to live again, that I don't have to lock myself away and run on autopilot, sealing away my guilt, restraining my desire to connect. I want to care about people. I feel as though I'm allowed to care about people now. And such a realization, it's changed everything for me. Well, it's good it's helped a lot, but that doesn't mean you should blindly believe the audience. I don't think you could conceive how much of a burden this has taken off of me. I want to repay the audience however I can for making me feel alive again. That's why I want to trust their judgments. If no one reaffirms them, then no one here will learn anything. It's not solely about punishing those who deserve it. It's similarly about guiding those who deserve redemption and helping them achieve it. But can't you recognize that in doing all of this, you're not doing much to help redeem yourself from the harm you've done? If you don't like what I'm doing, that's your decision, but I won't be changing my mind. As much as I don't want it to, if that jeopardizes our relationship, so be it. Ismini bowed her head and quietly walked off. Her verdict had certainly changed her perception on things, but I feel as though a corrupt verdict would have similarly polarized her. I just hoped she'd move past it. Or that the audience would only deem prisoners corrupt who were worthy of her wrath. Still, I wanted to keep an eye on her to make sure she didn't go too far. Okay. I'd crashed pretty early tonight, going to bed as soon as I could. The continued midnight interruptions weren't doing my insomnia any favors. I was exhausted. It was always hard to get back to bed after them. But I couldn't stop them. So once again, for the third day in a row, the monitor in my cell switched on in the middle of the night. Here we go.
Hello, hello, hello! Rise and shine! Our third day of Truth or Dare is now over! Only Lyra, Aurora, and Molly completed their dares today. meaning everyone else's truths for today will be added. Really? 7 of you chose not to do your dares? Are they starting to cross a line or something? Well, we've got a lot to get through, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. Starting with Prisoner 01, Shinku Kutsuki's Day 3 Truth. 3 days in a row of picking truth, huh? You're not great at this, are you? Anyway, his is... Shinku used to include characters based off of people he didn't like in his classes or life in his novels, often killing them off in brutal and twisted ways for the catharsis. Yeah, he really is kind of a freak, huh?
Well, it's still not as bad as Fu's secret yesterday.
Then we have Prisoner 03, Ezekiel Elias's truth for today. That being... Throughout all middle school and a majority of high school before going to Hope's Peak, Ezekiel was an extremely violent person who would sometimes beat fellow students until they needed to be hospitalized.
Oh boy. Yikes.
Wow, our most violent prisoner has always been violent. Shocking.
Well, yes, I could have probably guessed that, but beating them to the point of hospitalization is a lot further than I expected.
Now on to something really juicy. Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama. If you think her reputation couldn't get any worse, wait till you hear this truth. Takiko killed her mother.
What? Shinku, my reaction exactly. What? How could she?
And if you needed a final nail in the coffin as to why you shouldn't trust her, there you go. Sheesh, you were right to vote someone like her corrupt.
There has to be a reason why she didn't do her dare. I feel like she's gonna have a very specific explanation for this. Otherwise, why would she be okay with this coming out?
But moving on to Prisoner 07, I'll make it quick since he spoiled the surprise earlier. Boring! Taka is transgender and has taken many steps to hide his identity out of fear of fan backlash.
I guess some fans of his might get mad at that, but not at any worth keeping around.
But since he went ahead and spilled it earlier anyway, I'll just move right along to Prisoner 08, Ismini Cersei. In high school, Ismini got a girl expelled by framing her for cheating because she saw her as an academic threat. She similarly sabotaged other threats by making their high school experience miserable.
Yikes. Yeah, that does seem like something Ismini would do.
All that over school? That's a little pathetic. Did you have nothing else in your life that made you feel good about yourself? Get a hobby! School isn't that deep. But let's move on to Prisoner 09, Fu Wang. I've been excited to share this one. It's one of my favorites. Fu is the reason his marriage fell apart, and he'll never meet anyone he loves quite like her again.
Yikes. That really doesn't seem as bad as yesterday's truth. I guess in his eyes this might be worse than that somehow. Or maybe he'd prefer this stayed hidden.
He's also definitely not over her. Not like she'll ever take him back after what he was like as a husband.
Not over her, but will happily mess with Molly's emotions and kiss her. I see how it is. Yeah, no, that was not genuine.
Anyway, last we have Prisoner 10, Asuka Santo. I wonder what they could have done. They're just so kind and considerate all the time, aren't they? Well, let me tell you. Asuka left their little brother behind in an exploitative situation without a second thought. He endured incredible amounts of hardship that Asuka could have saved him from. Wow, so much for being one of the better ones, huh? Guess that leaving certain people behind isn't a new behavior.
Yikes. I think Asuka must have had very different reasons for leaving behind their brother than they did for leaving Taka. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, phew, that was a lot to get through. Of course, all of those will be posted on every social media you guys have and sent to the media as per usual. So have fun dealing with that if you're ever able to get out. How about more of you do your dares tomorrow, Doing so many of your secrets in one of these gets tiring, you know? Anyway, sleep tight. Don't let the impending thoughts of fallout of your deepest, darkest secrets being leaked bite. Bye-bye.
The monitor switched off and I was left stunned. Some of those were shocking, like Takiko's. I almost considered going over to her cell to confront her about it, but she'd likely be asleep. And I know that's exactly what Dr. Elenius wanted to avoid. I should be logical and wait until the meetings. Everyone should have a fair chance to explain. But how do you even start to explain some of those? And how do you get worse secrets than any of those? And what exactly was so bad in Molly, Lyra, and Dr. Elenius' secrets that they had to keep them hidden, even with how bad their dares were? I was starting to get very paranoid, admittedly. This motive was starting to get to me. Living here must be so draining. Yeah. It's like it just sucks the life right out of you. The lack of sleep was not helping either. It wasn't helping me think any more rationally. I figured the best thing I could do was go back to bed, so that's what I did. Okay, I'm sorry, Takiko did what? I woke up the next day after a night of on and off sleep, constant tossing and turning. What little sleep I had gotten hadn't particularly helped me feel any calmer about the current situation. I found myself overcritical of a lot of the truths revealed and paranoid about the truths that weren't revealed. I mean, I could always ask Fu, he'd seen all of them. But I was certain I'd have to do some kind of deal for that, and not a particularly fair one at that. And the last thing I wanted was something else on my plate on top of the dares. Above all else, one thing remained clear. I was only going to get worse from here. I can't read. But I could do nothing but keep pushing through it. We discussed the truth at the meeting today. Hopefully it would provide some more context. And I felt a weird sense of relief. In comparison, my own truth didn't seem that bad. Although I couldn't help but worry about how they could make the truth worse than that on subsequent days. I'd get my answer as soon as I tentatively approached the envelope on my desk, opening it up.
Day 4. Truth.
Oh shit. I froze seeing what was written. My mouth almost instantly went dry. Right there, in front of me, was the awful truth I was trying to avoid. Yeah, and that's why they're not showing us. Perhaps I assumed that if it wasn't spelled out for me, the reality would be different, that it wasn't my fault. But in the end, it was all me. Oh God, it was all my fault. I immediately started panicking. I knew it was something I'd have to own up to eventually. But if that came out, it could be detrimental. Whatever protection I've built here would crumble. I'd quickly become a target. I'm sorry, Akari, but you had to understand. It wasn't a matter of morals. It was a matter of staying alive. This was a killing game, and given how extreme the truths and dares were starting to get, people would start to jump others for the slightest of reasons. I just knew it couldn't come out. Before I knew it, my eyes began traveling down to the dare.
Dare! Destroy Prisoner 05's pin.
Oh, fuck! No! No! Oh, shit! No, she's gonna be pissed about that.
Oh, that doesn't seem too bad at all. Okay, Shinku, it's going to be okay. Deep breaths.
I'm pretty sure Prisoner 05, I think that's Ismini. No. I think that's Ismini. I could be wrong.
The real struggle will be getting the pin. Right, who was Prisoner 05 again? I'm 01, Lyra's 02, Ezekiel's 03, Takiko is 04, 05 is... Dracul.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Because the pin that he got from him. Oh, fuck, okay. I'm slow a little bit. The stream's been going on for a while. Oh. That's why it was my dare. My gaze lingered on the small pin on my bedside table. The one Takiko had given me after the last trial. Ismini had the other one, but the dare only said I had to destroy one. So I could just use mine, right? Seemed easy enough. But for some reason, I hesitated before I went to grab it. It was one of the last things I had at Dracul. But above that, it was the foundation of my promise to Ismini. It was meant to be what cemented it. My promise not to give into this game, not to kill anyone, not to leave her entirely alone. I know she was fairly reasonable. She would understand eventually if it was a dare. But after having her trust broken by Dracul, I don't know how she'd take me breaking the pin after that promise meant so much to her. Why am I hesitating? It's just the pin. Ismini isn't... She'll understand. If she was in my position, she would do the same. It doesn't impact that promise if I destroy the pin, does it? No. I said that, but deep down I knew. If I destroyed the pin to save my own skin, just as the motive was starting to get tough, she'd probably see that as an indication that I'll take the easy road out when things get too rough. That when genuine hardship emerges, I'll just crumble. That I'm not willing to endure it with her. Just like Dracul. I sat back down on my bed in frustration, looking at the pin. I knew whatever I did would cause problems. Unless... she doesn't have to know I've destroyed it. Sadly, that's what I was thinking too. Like, if you just did it in secret and just maybe... lying isn't a good thing, but in this situation, he might have to. If it's really as bad as he thinks it's gonna be, I don't know. This is such a fucked up situation. How would you handle this? Right, she doesn't have to find out. That way she won't feel betrayed. I looked at my clock. The morning announcement had gone off, but it was still only 6:15, and the meeting wasn't until 10. It was unlikely most would be out of their cells right now, let alone Ismini. She wouldn't see me do anything. Right. It'll be like nothing ever happened. I took a deep breath in and clenched the pin tightly, standing up and summoning my resolve. There was an incinerator in the laundry room. If I put it in there, then it would leave no evidence. Don't do it. Oh boy. So I made my way there, the hallways eerily quiet. I wasn't usually up this early. It was strange. All right, Shinku. All right. I looked down at the little pin in my hand, the light bouncing off of its surface as I moved it back and forth. I saw my own eyes in the reflection, holding no accusation. It's just what I had to do. If anything, getting rid of it was probably for the best. In the end, everyone else is right. Dracul was a murderer. I understood why Ismini mourned his death. She knew him far before the game. But I'd only known him a month. That was the truth of it. Now he's just saying this stuff to convince himself. It's like, ugh. This is so shitty. It's so shit. I had no right to feel like something was missing. Oh, this is such a toxic mindset for yourself. Fuck! I had no right to think of what ifs. I was just filling myself with empty pipe dreams. That couldn't be healthy. And if I burnt him all away to ash, crossed him out, then perhaps I'd be able to see those I'd been using to fill the empty space he left in their own right. So I placed the pin in the incinerator, taking a deep breath in. This didn't change my promise. Ismini would be reasonable about this. I knew that. Yet an awful guilt filled me as I turned the incinerator on. The radiating heat from the incinerator felt cold as it touched my skin. It was done now. That was the end of it. I moved out of the room quicker than I'd want to admit, hoping that a change of scenery would help the awful feeling in my chest subside. But right as I walked back into the hallway, I ran into the person I'd least want to see right now.
Shinku?
Are you okay? You're so pale. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ismini.
Uh-oh. I don't think she's about to catch what he's doing. I feel like that's gonna be for like a later thing, but God. What are you doing up so early? I just thought I'd take a stroll. Is everything alright? I felt awful. Yeah, I just wanted to get my washing done early today. Alright. Are you sure you're okay? You're acting strange. Is this about my truth? Listen, I know it sounds bad, but I want to be an open book about it. I know it was wrong, trust me, but this game is just cherry-picking our worst moments. A few mistakes doesn't make us horrible people. Yeah, I know. I don't hold any malice about anything outed about you, alright? I don't want you to feel as though you can't tell things to me. I don't want us to become dishonest with one another. Oh! The irony of this interaction. Thanks, Ismini. I'm not upset about your truth at all, really. If I can look past your crime, I can look past that easily. Oh, good. I wasn't going to say anything, but it would be a little ridiculous if you excused murder, but drew the line at that. I wonder if the others will be all that sensible with us. I just hope these dares don't continue to get worse. Tell me about it. I know we're not allowed to disclose specifics, but yesterday they wanted me to do something terrible to you. I couldn't do it. I won't let this game destroy anything else of mine, especially not us. I'm certain of that. I'd much rather endure whatever ridicule the truth brings me than throw you under the bus. I want you to know that. Thank you, Ismini. She doesn't have to know. It's better for her if she doesn't. I'd do the same for you. And now he's just lying to her. I feel so bad. I'm glad to hear it. I'll see you at the meeting later, alright? I'm feeling a little woozy. I think I'm going to lay down for a bit. Alright, do take care. Another save. Here we go. I returned to my cell, a heavy feeling on my shoulders. It was what I had to do. She didn't have to find out. It was just a pin. It didn't mean anything. It was silly for me to feel so guilty over this. I was so preoccupied by meaningless worries that it took me a second to notice the new note that had appeared on my desk. A note that made my blood run ice cold and brought a haunting reality crashing down on me in just a few words.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
At least this way I can help you. Lecture hall.
Oh god, he's about to find someone dead, isn't he?
Oh god. No, not again. Why? What?
I could take a guess as who this was from, a twisted sense of deja vu overcoming me. I had no idea why. I thought things were getting better. I thought this had to be a dare. It's just a dare. It's just to scare me, like yesterday. Still, if this was real, this must have been placed recently. If this was actually happening, I needed to save them. I couldn't let it happen again. I promised that I wouldn't ever let that happen to anyone again. So before I could second guess myself any further, I rushed to the lecture hall, an off-putting feeling in the air. I'd hardly noticed it at the time as I was so focused on getting to my destination, but everything was pitch black. All the lights had been shut off on that side of the prison, leaving everything in total darkness. Oh shit.
Hey, hang on!
I slammed against the lecture hall door handle, but
It's locked.
I tried again and again to no avail, eventually hammering on the door.
Hey! Are you in there?
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. Just let me in, alright? I want to help. I'm here to help.
Fuck.
This isn't funny. Come on, I'm not gonna be mad. Just open up.
It's just a dare. It's just a dare. It's just...
I can't do this anymore.
Yes, you can. This stupid motive will end soon. And what about everything we said yesterday about living properly and finding things to enjoy about adulthood?
What the fuck is this?
Molly, please, you could live your own life, please.
It would be better if I was gone. I've known that for a while.
So you're just running? Please, come on, we promised we'd stay in touch after we got out. Don't you still want that?
I'm so sick of stupid dreams that things could be better. Everything feels so temporary. It's never been about if I'm going to do it. It's always been about when. Ever since I was little.
Oh my god.
I was a failure from the very start. Always thinking like this. There really is something wrong with me. I don't want my death to be for nothing. If I can help someone I care about, then maybe my life will have been for something. maybe I can still have some value.
What the hell?
No, stop! Don't say that! Just open the door, please!
I continued slamming against the door. I needed to get it open. I had to get it open.
In my next life, I hope I'm reborn as someone who's easier to love. I'm sorry.
What the fuck, Molly, no!
I'm not letting you have anything to apologize for! Stop!
The door eventually buckled under my weight and slammed open. I ran into the dark lecture hall, my desperate panic causing me to trip right over a rope on the ground. I didn't have time to look up before I heard something topple to the ground, and a crack as she was hoisted into the air. I looked up at her ascending, a gut-wrenching familiarity to the sight.
No.
Oh, God. Is this it? Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Why? Are you fucking kidding me? And I fucking called it earlier too. Are you kidding me? Damn it! Damn it, Molly! Why? I fucking saw this coming. I did. But that doesn't make this hurt any less. God damn it! What the fuck, man?
Molly.
Oh, Shinku, he's not gonna be okay after this.
Oh God. No, Molly.
I could hardly process what had happened. Did I? Oh no. I didn't, did I? Oh God.
Molly, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This might be bold to assume, but I don't have any basis for this yet, but something tells me she might have already been dead before he got here. And they're trying to convince him that he had done something. That... Actually, wait. Maybe he's saying sorry for something else. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that, but you know what? It's okay. Well, it's not okay, but... Oh, God. I'm trying to cope. It happened again. I couldn't do anything to stop it. I'd been useless in the end. I froze up. I couldn't do anything but stare at her, a crushing defeat coming over me. I didn't know how long I'd been there, unable to move, unable to speak, shocked and horrified. When an announcement I could barely focus on echoed behind me.
A body has been discovered! In light of this, all truths and dares for today are suspended and no longer need to be completed.
Oh, wait! That just means he wasted his time and wasted... Oh, God, that's another thing! With the fucking pin! Oh, that's not gonna feel good. Oh, that sucks.
After a certain amount of time, in which I suggest you investigate, the trial will begin.
Oh, damn, he's not gonna be happy about that. As if this couldn't get any worse for Shinku.
Good luck, prisoners.
A body. Well, of course, but you needed 3 people for a body discovery, and I was the only person here. Which could only mean one thing. Oh, God. Oh, God, it could only mean one thing. Don't tell me there's another one.
Kiko? Kiko! Hey, come on. I'm not mad. I just want to talk about things. Kiko!
This... I don't like this. Jeez, I can't find her anywhere. I've been looking for her since the morning announcement, but there's no trace of her wherever I go. Maybe she's hiding, but why would she do that? Well, her truth did seem pretty severe, but I don't think it's like that. The cat always has a way of wording these things to sound worse than they are. If she had intentionally killed her, then why wasn't that her crime instead? Not to mention that night, when she said she wished she was never... I was certain there was more to it, but I don't know if the others are gonna consider that. I just needed to talk to her. I promised her I'd be a better friend. I wasn't going to go back on that.
Where could she have gone to?
I haven't checked the courtyard yet. Maybe she went there to get some peace and quiet.
Right!
I approached the doors, but just as I was about to go in, someone grabbed my shoulder, a grave expression on his face.
Don't go in there.
What?
Huh? Zeke, what's...
Don't. Just...
Those eyes. I hadn't seen a look on his face like that since...
Oh. You... don't mean... Zeke, what happened?
It doesn't matter. Just don't go in there. Not you.
Oh, no.
No matter what it is, I can handle it. I'm not a kid, okay?
Asuka, please. Just don't. Just trust me. I'm sorry.
He was weirdly desperate for once. I'd never seen him like this. It made me worry even more about what could be in there.
If someone's hurt, we need to help them.
No.
It might not be too late. I'm not gonna stand by and do nothing.
I shook his hand off mine and darted forward, hearing his footsteps chase behind me.
Asuka! Oh, God damn it, wait!
I raced into the courtyard and...
No.
Oh, God. Oh my God, fuck! What did they do to him? What the fuck? Not Taka, why? Are you fucking kidding me? Now I'm confused. What the fuck is going on here?
He's not... He can't be. Taka, not you. No.
Oh no.
Anyone but you.
Oh God.
So, you just write on them with those big fancy brushes?
Oh God. Is now really the time for this? Come on! What?
You don't just write on them. You write wishes, goals, things you want for the future. Pretty fun tradition, huh?
They say if you hang it on the bamboo branches, there's a chance your wish will get granted.
Does it work?
Guess you'll have to give it a go yourself and find out. Here, you try writing one.
Let's see here. Ta-da! I'm done.
I wish to be friends with Sugi forever.
What do you think? Think it'll get granted?
Oh god, are you kidding me? Stop! This is... Now's not the time for this! Ugh, depression.
Depends if they can read your big clunky handwriting.
Well, I, for one, hope it gets granted. Because the happiest I've ever been is as your friend.
You don't need wishes to keep being my friend, silly. Cause we're not the type of friends who give up on each other, okay?
Oh man. That was an absolutely insane way to end the daily life. But now here's the thing. With the BDA, it's like now you don't even know who the fuck is dead, so it's like surely unless they're both dead? But that is interesting. That is absolutely nuts. Oh my god. Like, I'm kind of speechless. I don't really know what else to say. There's just so much back to back to back. I'm so confused. And that last scene didn't help at all. Like, what am I supposed to say? But, daily life was really, really fucking good. It took a while to get through, but, it was worth it. Splitting it up into multiple streams and having to do it. And, yeah, my brain is fried. I'm also just speechless. Well, if I ended up crying, it would be out of, like, confusion and frustration because I have no idea what the fuck's going on. But, let me check chat real quick. Yeah, I like the effective movement for the BDAs. It's like, they killed it with that. And I don't know. I need to go back and rewatch, like, the entirety of Chapter 2 Daily Life. But let's see what anyone else is saying. I don't know, I really think that both were murdered. I just cannot see Molly do that to herself after all. Yeah. Yeah, it's either, like, one or the other is dead or they're both dead. But the Molly thing wouldn't make sense. How would she not be dead from that? Cause she looks pretty dead to me, but she had death flags. I was not expecting the Taka thing to just be slid in there though. That was insane. It's giving like OG Antebellum. Oh man. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but that's the first thing that came to mind when I saw that. So that's why this makes it so much harder to even fully, like, it's just crazy. And yeah, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. I need to go back and rewatch, like, everything so far in this chapter because I'm gonna see if I can try to piece things together. And if I don't, then I don't, but that's okay. I'm just gonna try though. Doesn't hurt, even with my goldfish brain. But honestly, I think what I gotta do now is just relax, go get some food, and just try to settle my brain a little bit because I feel like my brain's just going haywire right now from the utter confusion of everything. But before that, I just wanted to thank everyone that stopped by for the stream. I really appreciate, like, everyone that comes by and chats, or like even the lurkers. The lurkers really do mean a lot. When Chapter 2 Deadly comes out, I will also be streaming it, which I'm also super excited for, and I'm already super sure that the team is already doing such a good job with that, as they've done with pretty much all of Antebellum Lockdown so far. Everyone on that team is just super talented, so gotta give props to them. They really knocked it out of the ballpark with Chapter 2 Daily Life. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say for right now. I'm hoping to get back into streaming other stuff at some point soon. I know I should get back to streaming 100 Line at some point, because I kind of just stopped all of a sudden. But that is one thing I want to try to get back into, and if not, I will see if there's like another fangame I could look into and possibly stream, but I think that's it. Why am I going on tangents again? That's what happens when my brain gets fried. I just go on tangents. Either way, again, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you all next time. Bye.